Girl,
Everybody
it's
follow the
packed
one
out
line,
here tonight.
please. Follow the one line, please.
I told you.
IDs out. I need to see IDs. Thank you, ladies. Welcome to Park Ave.
Excuse me. Hello? Can you move? What? Excuse me. Oh my God. You ready to go? Girl, I've been ready.
Well, hey, girl, hey.
I don't wanna play no games. Fuck around and give you my last name. Some on the same old thing.
I have no idea what song that is.
What? You got it, girl, you got it.
Who sings that?
Drake and Chris Brown.
Oh,
That song has melted within my bloodstream.
Guidance.
Yes.
Okay, I've heard the name. I don't know the lyrics.
You know, that is my anthem right now. Every time it comes up on the radio, I kind of I turn it up and then I kind of
Jig.
I loosen up my seatbelt a little bit and you know
groove.
I groove. You got it, girl. You got it. Ooh.
Wow,
I think
really
it's the
old.
ad-libs that get me. I really feel it's the ad-libs.
I must be really old because my playlist lately has been consisting of 70s songs. But my TV, everything's right now is trapped in the 70s.
It seems like it.
It started with Dolomite and then it just went downhill from there. So right now my whole world is around 70s music and all. Can't wait till I get to the 80s apparently.
Yeah. But no, that's my song right now. You know, it's a jam. It's a slap. As the young kids would say. It's
slapping.
It slaps. As the 18 to 25 group would say.
Girl, we had some girl on Recovering Party Girls page that asked what Wayne to Excel was, and I asked her how old she was, and then she got smart with me and was like, I know you trying to roast. I'm like, asking your age is roasting. She's like, no, because I know you coming for me. I was like, so you're
Relax.
under...
Yeah, under 18?
18?
Gotta be.
I'm like, sorry, this kind of got age ranges. I kind of don't like you if you're not 30, or at least 28. At least 28, but okay.
That is too funny.
I know you trying to roast. Asking your age? Jesus Christ.
Relax. Is that, young people, you know what? Young people get so offended, when you card them or you ask them how.
Because she was she was doing a favor. I mean, because I fucks with your page. And I was like, or you could just block it. I don't give a fuck either way. I really say this often, or block it.
Young people get super duper offended if you ask them for ID. Or are you 21? Because you look hella young.
I mean, I just be confused on certain stuff that was staples and people just don't know, and that's why I was asking because it just felt very. And it was definitely the scene.
Waiting to.
It was the scene when John left Bernie, when he literally left her, the scene that everybody remembers. I'm going to the party, but not with you. That scene where sis was brushing her hair with the weave brush, and then you remember the
scene telling me you leaving me for a white woman.
Would it be better if she was black? No, it'd be better if you were black. Thank you for making this easy for me. And it's that scene in the background did the test. And this is a test.
Shit, that is hysterical.
And the girl was like, so what's the second clip? And somebody's like, waiting to Excel. I'm like, woo! Woo! Might be too young for this page, girl.
Yeah.
I like your page and all.
I fuck with y'all.
I fuck with y'all, but I can easily not. I'm easily fucking don't. It's okay. It's okay. Won't be the first time. It's okay.
Not the last.
It's definitely not the last. And y'all be wanting us to be popular so bad, but the second people actually listen to this show, we're canceled. So enjoy it while you can.
Oh my god.
Definitely. Gosh. So how's life? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
I've been on the political campaign. It's really not that glamorous. Shaking hands,
kissing babies.
Cheeks. How are you? I do so and so. It's a lot of it's a lot of back and forth. But no, I recently went to Atlanta for the first time.
ATL? That was your first time in Atlanta?
Listen, Listen, can I tell? God damn, can I tell my story?
I just didn't know that that was your first time in Atlanta ever in life.
Listen, okay. So what's cool in the city is traveling to places that you've never been, and just yes, it was my first time in Atlanta.
Wow,
I've never been.
You might be the first black person I've known that has never been in Atlanta.
Unfortunately, I got roasted by the people that I was with. Because they said they were going to revoke my black card because I've never been to Atlanta.
That's like Atlanta, Miami. It's like certain cities everybody go to. At Miami, Atlanta, Vegas, New York, LA.
I've just never. I don't know. I just never.
ATL ho.
I don't know.
ATLian.
I don't know.
TLC.
But I went to Atlanta. I had a fantastic time. I absolutely loved it. I will be back. I ate so much delicious food. I rode scooters. And I actually ran into 2 trash cans. I damn near broke my arms because I was going down a hill by Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Mm-hmm. And I decided to hit the trash can instead of the light pole.
That's a good decision.
It was fast. It was very quick. But
hit metal, hit plastic.
But I know the cars that saw me run into these trash cans got a really good laugh. We took pictures in front of AUC and went to Spelman.
Did you go to CNN?
Yes, we went to go to CNN. The security guard that was standing outside was trying to be a hoe, talking about I can't take no pictures. I can't take no pictures.
He set up.
Calm down.
Have you seen people go to Atlanta? Have you seen them take the picture? I feel him. Shit. He just trying to secure. He trying to secure the area. And you bitches want pictures. I feel him. Get my nigga a raise.
So we were scooting by CNN, and it's a big CNN sign, and we see two people standing outside. Mind you, the security guard's like way off to the right, and we see 2 people kind of like standing out in front. So my Adia, she was just like, "Hey, can you take our picture?" Here comes the security. No, I can't take your picture. I said, "Sir, we're not talking to you."
He's conditioned.
Oh my God, that shit was so funny.
He's over you niggas coming to Atlanta trying to take pictures at that CNN. I feel him.
Dog, that shit was the funniest thing. And so, we took our picture. I took pictures at the park. And Adia and her husband are like the quintessential parents that make you take pictures in front of everything. And it was so embarrassing because I don't want to take a picture in front of a thing that says established in 1961.
It depends where. Was it like the Martin Luther King stuff?
No. It was the park where they had the Olympics.
Okay, well, no, that's not bad.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I'm just like, I don't want to take a picture in front of this. And they're like, no. Get in front of it. Get in front of it. Here we go. Smile.
That's good.
I went to the Coca-Cola Museum.
Girl, I love tasting all the Cokes.
And, my thing with the Coca-Cola Museum is like, okay, first of all, Coca-Cola's marketing is exceptional.
Oh, it's impeccable.
Like, you are basically marketing a drink that causes diabetes, that causes obesity. It's sugar. It's so unhealthy. But the way they market it, it's like your life is shit if you don't have a Coke.
Nah, but honestly, my favorite Coke, and still to this day, I'll go get a bottle Coke, like a glass Coke. Mm-hmm. I still genuinely love a glass Coke.
I mean, I like Coke sometimes.
And I don't drink it all the time now, of course, because I watched this YouTube video. People were pouring Coke on carburetors and cleaning out carburetors and shit. But the funny part about Coke is knowing that it really was made from the cocaine leaf at one point. So it was highly addictive because it was like drugs, essentially. Yeah. It was Coke, nigga.
And then, I went into the room where they had all the Cokes from around the world, or the Coke products from around the world, which is cool. I only tasted 2 because I really don't drink soda like that. So I really couldn't get with it. But
bitch, I was in there. Pour me another one.
But it's a cool space.
Did you go to the aquarium?
I did not. We didn't have enough time to go to the aquarium.
Bitch, did you go to Boogaloo?
No, we didn't go to Boogaloo. But we drove by a lot of places. I went to Slutty Vegan, which was
They're good.
my Audia. She was just adamant on going to Slutty Vegan. She said the last time she was in Atlanta,
The line was long as
fuck. Apparently this place is like super popular. It's like a vegan burger joint, and
their food's good.
They are I love the staff there. They were super fun and very nice, and the burger was excellent. And I ate at this other place called the Consulate, and basically they change the menu every 3 months, and they change it by like spinning a globe, and then somebody just points a finger on the globe, and then the food from whatever country the finger lands on, they make food inspired by that country. So the night that we went, it was turkey, and when I tell you that food was fucking amazing, I was in heaven. It was great. I mean, the drink, everything was a little overpriced, but
Pricey.
Nonetheless,
Atlanta got so many black people too.
It was, and I did.
And it's not even like Houston black people, because these niggas is jazzy in Atlanta.
Yes, they are.
I
so
told
we went
y'all.
to this one spot that was very reminiscent of the flat here.
Mm-hmm.
They had the flat vibe, but everybody was like dressed up. Everybody was like movers and shakers of Atlanta.
Atlanta is really like moving, like in Atlanta.
Like, they had their wine, and they're sitting talking dialogue, and the women were facing each other, like
Atlanta is so ridiculous. Atlanta overall is a reality TV. Like everybody moves around as if they have cameras following them.
Oh my God! Everybody's talking about
Like what they're doing and how they're moving, and I got good money. But when I didn't want to move to Atlanta because going to school in Tallahassee, most black people from Florida State or FAMU go to Atlanta because that's like the next big city. And because outside of Atlanta, you'll have to go to like Miami. And if we're being honest, Atlanta's closer to Tallahassee than Miami is, because Miami's at the bottom of Florida. So when you're there, everybody goes to Atlanta. I'm like, I don't want to go to Atlanta. But when they told me that Houston was the next Atlanta, that's what sold me on Houston. They lied like shit.
They lied.
But that's what sold me on Houston, because I'm like, okay, I don't want to live in Atlanta because it's just very reminiscent of everybody I kind of already know. Houston would be cool. I mean, they lied like hell.
They lied like motherfuckers.
Because I think they were trying to compare the black people. I'm like, nah, the black people in Atlanta ain't like the black people in Houston. You got Atlanta fucked up. Atlanta jazzy on you bitches all day. You can't go out in Atlanta.
Wear Air Force Ones or white tee.
Nigga, I done got so used to living in Houston. I be in Vans in a fucking what's the Irv Ledger dresses. I will be in a club like that at this point. Like, because niggas will stay in some sneakers. They stay in flats in Texas. I'm like, you got your goddamn mind. You in Atlanta.
Houston is not the next Atlanta.
It's not.
It probably will never be.
And it won't.
But
no shade.
But nonetheless, I had a fantastic time. I will be back. I started looking into the culture and the history of Atlanta, and especially like during the civil rights movement. And because I didn't really have enough time to do what I really wanted to. Because when you travel with people, like other people,
you can't move around. You
can't move around like you want to, and you can't do all the things that you want to do because you gotta go. You have to.
You want to see some civil rights shit.
You got to be in consensus with the group.
You want to see some civil rights shit.
I want to see some civil rights shit. Okay, I want to go to the museum. I want to see where Malcolm X and Martin Luther King had dinner.
I want to see where Rosa Parks was at.
I want to see where Rosa Parks sat on the butt. Like, I want to see all that shit. But again, we didn't have the time, and then of course, and then I went to a lovely jazz show.
You was out in Atlanta being cultured.
Oh yeah, we went to a jazz show, which was awesome. It was a little chilly.
You didn't have a jacket?
I didn't, because I wasn't prepared to stay that long.
Oh, because you got stuck because of
the rain.
The rain.
Yeah. So
Houston rained for half a second, really hard, and the whole city went underwater like Bikini Bottom.
It was. And I was so nervous and scared because I parked my car at Bush Airport.
Bush flood?
Yes.
Oh.
And
they say the medical district don't flood, though, because of the hospitals. Is that true?
No, I don't think that's true.
I
think they do flood.
Okay.
I think the only place that I really feel like doesn't flood is Third Ward.
Third Ward don't flood.
Third Ward doesn't flood. My neighborhood doesn't flood.
My neighborhood don't flood, but the problem was I was at work downtown and I take West Park.
West Park floods like a motherfucker.
Let me tell you, so by the time everybody started leaving for work, I'm just like, well, I'm here now. Because it's like maybe like 11-ish. Maybe like 10, 11-ish. And it's like coming down. So people are like going home, like trying to like beat. I think they were trying to beat traffic, but everybody had the idea to go home. So when we were watching the news, people were stuck on the roads for like an hour, hour and a half. But I think everybody was trying to beat traffic, but that was everybody's idea. By that time, I was just like, all right, I'll went to work anyway.
Yeah.
It ain't shit I can do. Let me just ride the day out. So I rolled the day out. I ended up leaving work at like 4:30. And traffic was still bad, but people I knew who had left work around 11 was getting home around like 2, 3 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
So about time I actually get to West Park, the water had receded. But you could tell, like, the water receded, but there were, like, random cars just in the middle of the street. People had to, like, leave their cars on West Park because the shit flooded and they thought it wasn't that deep. And now your goddamn Toyota Camry, Honda Civic,
Stuck.
just done. So, like, we were driving and, like, we were, like, kind of, like, weaving through cars because people abandoned their cars. And I'm like, man, I'm so happy I waited because it rained, but then it stopped at one point. But by that time, everybody was kind of just stuck. But Houston full of shit. Y'all drainage fucking sucks.
Yeah. It's just because they're building, you know, I used to work for the city. And when that Hurricane Harvey hit, I was in a lot of the meetings with, like, the people that do the planning for neighborhoods and stuff like that, and basically they are building they have people building in these neighborhoods and these communities, and they're not building a proper drainage system, and it's almost as if they are digging these homes like it's like a bowl.
They're going to do what Florida did. Florida got a lot of fake ponds, so you're going to have to make a whole bunch of fake retentions.
Yeah,
to get the water.
Yeah, and basically, and then like, you know, with Harvey, the Cypress Spring area, they had a lot of flooding because the retention ponds that they had out there were over capacity.
But then the bayous flood too here.
Yeah.
I don't know. This shit. This turns into Bikini Bottom. Like, let it rain for more than 5 seconds. It's literally Bikini Bottom.
Yes, but luckily
so
by
you
my
were
house.
Stuck.
Yeah.
No,
so,
I don't flood either. But
last Thursday night, I got an alert on my phone that says all flights to Houston canceled. And I was like, what? And so, you know, I was just like, fuck, man. I only had like 2 days worth of clothes because I knew I was only going to be there very quick. But I mean, it worked out. I mean, I got to see some shit. I ate some really great food. I tried I tried cannabis tea.
That I know what you're talking about.
I tried so we went to this tea shop that had I feel like the guy infused my tea. I think he infused all of our teas with the cannabis. The cannabis.
It's like CBL,
CBD.
CBD.
I think it's CBD. I think it's I can't remember, but I think he infused my tea with it. And girl, when I tell you, when we were driving back, everything was just like huge.
That sounds like it feel good.
Yes. And then so we stayed at the historic West End, and we stayed in one of the houses that were marked historic. It looked historical.
Bitch, next time stay at the W. Them niggas party in that lobby like no other party. But go ahead.
I mean, again, I was traveling with people.
We need to go to Atlanta. Well, I'm a terrible mess in Atlanta. I'm not a good. I'm not a good. Like I am a good host, but understand. I'm good.
I want to see, like, you know, I want to go to like civil rights. Like, okay, I want to do civil rights during the day and like Magic City during the night. Okay,
we can do that because I've done all that already too. Because but we can but I'm very much so like Atlanta's a very like it's like an adult theme park. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like you go, get your cocktails.
The people were so nice.
Get your drink.
Everybody was smiling.
You can dress up.
People were just like, "Hey, how are you? Okay, hi."
We should definitely.
Wow.
We should definitely. I've been in Atlanta like twice this year. No, twice in like was it in the past like 3 months. We definitely.
I
could probably make that happen.
I listen, make it happen.
I probably could make that happen.
Some people.
I might know some people that know some people that know some people that might be able to make that happen. Because I don't think she was out. Because I don't think okay, so she might. I don't think she was to show. Because one of the time, we'll go on air because one time I went, I was just like, wow, you ruined a good fucking time.
Honestly, I want to see this. I want to see the civil rights stuff during the day because we rode by Magic City. I was like, oh my god, that's Magic City.
Listen, let me tell you how.
And then the guy was like, you want to go there? And I was just like, it's not Monday. I just know Magic City Mondays is
Magic City. Up. Let me tell you. So like the chick I had went with. Like, she was like mad, so she was in a room with her headscarf on watching, CNN. And I was like, why you in here? Because she was kind of mad at the nigga. It was a whole bunch of mess going on. And I was just like, listen, we're grown. We can go anywhere we want. Like, we're working adults. So then me and her went to, like, Magic City. And we cut up in Magic City for, like, 1 billion hours. But
I love it.
Magic City was a great time.
Listen, let's plan it.
Thank Clay.
Ebony.
I've been able to do miracles. I've been able to do some miracles happen.
Make a phone call, Ebony.
I know somebody who frequents that city.
Make a phone call, Ebony, because I'm here. I'm ready to fly. I got an assistant, Ebony.
I was just there. And I had a room by myself. And I was like, damn, this is the first time I'm truly by myself. I ain't got no homegirl with me. I'm just in a room by myself. Like, whoa. Okay,
Ebony, plan it out.
I'm like, and I work and get a paycheck. Like a real one.
Plan it out.
Like,
but that's what's cool in the city.
Atlanta. ATL.
I was feeling it.
I love Atlanta.
I was feeling it. I liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. Because I didn't grow up with black people. Like okay, let me backtrack. I grew up with black people, but like the majority of the people that I was around were not black. When I moved to Houston, it was like the first time in my life where I really was around a lot of black people. So, and I love history. I love conspiracy theories and all that shit. So going to places like that have such a deep cultural history in blackness I loved it. I genuinely loved it. And I will be back. The flight was dirt cheap. And I really, really enjoyed it. I really love learning about other cities that, that are rich in history. And
Atlanta's very much so.
And so Atlanta was fantastic. Atlanta, boom, stamp of approval.
I can't believe that's your first time going to Atlanta. I'm trying.
But you know what? I'm here. I've been to Atlanta before.
Sis.
Peachtree. I've had the food was fucking amazing. I definitely I will.
It is a good time. I actually will recommend Atlanta. I did think all black people went to Atlanta at some point, but I do very much so recommend Atlanta to be on anybody's trip list. If you're a partier, especially, and like if you're a person who do like historical stuff, and they do actually just have a lot of other stuff you can do in Atlanta, and I've always. And I think maybe, let me not, because I think a lot of me going to Atlanta too, because I feel like Florida people go to Atlanta, and then I realize like Texas people go to like Louisiana, so maybe that's kind of the disconnect too, but good times.
Definitely.
Shout out to Atlanta. Okay, so this week, my Women Crush Wednesday goes to Clark Benacourts. That is Cindy Williams from Spike Lee's Mo Better Blues. Mo Better Blues is like a 1990 movie. It's surrounded by it stars.
Is that the one with Denzel Washington?
Yes,
okay.
It stars, and I thought about this because I made a list of niggas who ain't shit that I would date, and Bleak was one. Bleak is Denzel Washington's character. He's the lead trumpeter of a quintet. They travel. They're like super. I think they were in New York. New York is mainly where it's set, but they're super popular in New York. But they travel. Wesley Snipes is Shadow, and he's a part of the band. And basically, Bleak is just that nigga. He has two bitches, Indigo and Clark. Indigo is actually Spike Lee's sister. I can't think of her real name, but Spike Lee's sister is actually in all his movies. If you ever watch all the Spike Lee movies, you'll see his sister. He dates Indigo and Clark. He's like an asshole to kind of his band because he's the lead. So he kind of treats them like, you know, second hands. And, you know, anytime they come with suggestions, he don't listen to them. Anytime they trying to tell him what to do, he's like, who you talking to? You know, he got Indigo busting him down. He got Clark busting him down. Indigo and Clark actually know about each other. He actually buys Indigo and Clark the same red dress from like France, and they show up to the club in the same red dress at the same time. Bleak is like a complete asshole. His downfall is his best friend named Giant, who is Spike Lee's character. Giant is his manager, and then Giant does like a lot of shady business in New York, and is like a bookie and owes like the mafia money and just a whole bunch of bullshit. So the reason the reason Clark is my Woman Crush Wednesday is because women fight for men, right? And then at the end of the day, they let a man choose one of the group. Like, I always say that, like, real life is The Bachelorette, The Bachelor, or like Flavor of Love. Because, like, if y'all fighting over a nigga and then y'all let that nigga be the one to decide which one of y'all he gonna go with, at the end of the day, y'all live in a very Bachelor and Flavor of Love lifestyle. The reason I like Clark so much is because at the end of the day, before that nigga could cut Clark cut that nigga. Clark was a songstress. She wanted to sing really bad. She'd been begging Bleak to like give her start with his bands. He was just like his jazz group. He was like, no, you're good. I'm busting you down. I got Indigo. You ain't going nowhere. I'm calling you that girl name. I'm calling her your name. You hoes still gonna stay. It is what it is. Well, here comes sneaky ass Shadow, which is played by Wesley Snipes. Shadow comes in and basically was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you keep talking to this nigga. He don't care about you. He don't love you. Like, you know, like bullshit nigga friends do, because it's always a friend
that
in
gonna
the group.
Be like, hey sis,
you know he playing. You know he got somebody else.
That.
You
don't deserve that.
You don't.
You're a queen.
You are. You're a fucking queen, bitch.
A queen, bitch.
And you sit here and you know he's talking to her. You know. My bad, y'all.
No, it's actually my bad.
No, Adriana took a call, so we paused the show. I forgot where the show left off at, and then I went to the store. I bought her sunflower seeds. Now that you hear them, I'm so sorry, y'all.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm cracking them. These are delish.
No, it's actually terrible. I listened to the show in my headphones. You're actually fucking terrible. Can you like do better with your cracking or get?
I do it over here. Can you hear it?
I don't fucking know. But anyway, so we're back, and you guys didn't even know we left. But anyways, so back to Woman Crush Wednesday. So anyway, so Clark, I don't know where I left off at, but either way, Clark is my Woman Crush Wednesday because she figured she left the nigga before the nigga could leave her and got her career started.
That's what you're supposed to do.
And not everybody does that though, because
that's
Clark,
what you're supposed to do.
But Shadow did throw a monkey wrench in that situation. So once Shadow threw the monkey wrench, Clark started fucking with Shadow. Bleak got his ass beat and got his lip busted. Shadow ended up being the lead of the band. Clark ended up getting her solo. And she ended up getting a nigga who wasn't fucking with another bitch. Or, I mean, Shadow probably was fucking with other bitches, but not in the consistency that Bleak was fucking with her and Indigo.
Yeah.
So that's why Clark is my Woman Crush Wednesday. Sometimes you gotta leave these niggas before they leave you. Stop letting these niggas choose at the end of the day. Like, women really do let niggas
choose them.
Choose. Like, like that song, I Choose You, Baby, from the 1970s, and I forgot who sung it, but it's on the Mac, because you know my TV is stuck in 1970s right now.
Is that, Cher? I choose you, oh, no.
Okay. I choose you, girl. Wow, not Cher. Oh.
Okay.
Hey, it's hold on, let me actually. And then UGK and sampled it. Hold on, because I see the face of the guy who sings it. I choose
these ranch seeds are hidden.
Oh, I actually just posted that too. I Choose You. Willie Hutch sings I Choose You. But either way, like, women have this thing of like fighting with other women and then making him decide, like, if you want to be with me, you gotta leave her alone. It's like everybody like waits for him to like pull the trigger. Clark pulled the fucking trigger before the trigger could be pulled. And she pulled it and she won. She got a nigga and a career, her singing career. And Bleak got busted in the fucking mouth and couldn't play his trumpet no more. And then he ended up with Indigo. And I was reading somebody's comments because they was like, well, Indigo ended up with true love. And I'm like, Indigo ended up with a nigga who couldn't even play his trumpet. Like, he had to be humbled by, like, God. Like, I don't want to be with a nigga who got to be humbled by God because he crippled.
That's fact.
You know what I mean?
That's fact. I don't want to be with no nigga that's got to be humbled by God.
Like, be humble because I'm leaving you. Be humble because I'm packing my shit up. Don't be humble because God decapitated your bottom half and now you paraplegic. What the fuck? now your ass wanna love me. You blind. Now you wanna love me. You're deaf. Now you trying to love me. Okay.
Now you want to treat me right.
Right. Now you get 2 prosthetic legs and an arm, and now I'm the one. I'm the fucking one. No, you out your goddamn mind.
Son of a bitch.
No, and no disrespect to people who actually have those type of ailments. I'm just saying when you be acting grand and then these life altering things happen, like you get cancer, and now I'm the one. Like, stop.
Don't do that to me.
Don't do that shit to me. Don't make me the one after some bullshit happened. Like, make me the one when you tip top on your shit. Make me the one when you on the top of the mountain. Why are you at the bottom of the mountain?
You in the valley.
Yeah. You in the valley. You in the fucking valley talking about, I always knew you was the one. When, nigga? It's been 11 years. It's been 7 years. It's been 6 years. Yeah. Couldn't start that damn company without me. Hell, I worked my ass off. I got a master's degree in business and now was his secretary, his office manager in 11 years. 11 years. That goddamn, she went through. Bernadine went through. But I mean, that's the reality of it all. Like, I don't want you to be humbled by like life altering things. Like, acid got thrown on your face now, and now you want to be with me. Like, I don't want to be with me. You remember them Sally Jesse Raphael episodes where the girls, back in the day, I don't want to put this back out there because I don't want this to start again. But you remember back in the day, the hoes was throwing battery acid on people. You remember that? I don't want to put that back out in the world though, because I don't want that to come back. Because that was like my fear. That's my fear. Like a girl, like
throwing acid on people.
Like, wow, y'all were like ruining people's like faces. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want no nigga to get no like battery acid thrown on him, and then all of a sudden I gotta help him like to the bathroom. Yeah, right. And this is not against anybody who has an ailment or something's going on.
Or who had battery acid thrown on them.
If you really did in the 90s, a lot of y'all had battery acid thrown on you based on the talk shows, but. I genuinely, like, my heart goes out to you. I'm saying people who really are cocky and think they the shit, and then something happens, and then now I'm the chosen one when some shit happened. Why do I have to be the battery acid girl? Like, I don't...
I have to love you.
Like, why do you choose me when
the chips are down?
Right. When the chips was up, it was 10 of us. Chips is down, it's just me. No, ma'am, I can never be an Indigo. I'm sorry. Every time I watch Mo Better Blues, the true winner of Mo Better Blues is fucking Clark. Okay? Clark got her a nigga. And even though I don't think Wesley Snipes is fine, there is very much so a quality about Wesley Snipes that I can see how women are drawn to him. Because in real life, Wesley Snipes was dating Halle Berry. Word has it, he beat Halle Berry in that one ear, and that's why she deaf. And that halfway through that one ear. Neither here nor there. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying what was said. Allegedly. But that was definitely alleged. Actually, David Justice said it allegedly as well. So that's David Justice. I don't know. Love Halle Berry though. But it's something very much so about Wesley Snipes that I can see will bring the girls to the yard. Mm-hmm. So she got her a nigga that also could bring girls to the yard. So Bleak thought he was bringing all the girls to the yard. Come to find out, Shadow could too if he was able to get out your shadow. Shadow just needed not to be in a shadow. You know what I mean? And then the girl was actually talented and she just wanted to sing like Phyllis Hyman at the jazz clubs, and you was stopping her and like cheating on her. So I stand a woman like Clark who assesses the situation and realizes she's better than the situation. And now Indigo got you when you can't play your trumpet and y'all raising kids. And, if that's what Indigo wanted, great for her. I mean, maybe she didn't want you in the jazz clubs. Maybe she wanted a nigga that was going to be home boiling hot dogs. I don't know. But I just stop letting these niggas choose you. And stop letting these niggas choose you when the chips are fucking down. That's what I learned from Clark. When the shit like, bitch, why I gotta be the one to help you when you in Section 8? You had 10 hoes when you lived in the mansion. Now you in Section 8 and it's me paying the bills. No, my motherfucking word.
Oh shit, that is funny.
No, that's really what I like.
Because niggas really be like that.
No, they would really have like 3 girlfriends and then some shit go left and they try to figure out which dumbass is gonna pay the bills. No, you got me fucked up. And now all of a sudden you the one. Bitch, you get the fuck on. Choose me when you up, nigga. I don't have time.
That's the phrase that pays. Choose me when you up, nigga.
Listen, choose me when you the number 1 draft pick. Don't choose me when you being retired or got kicked out the NBA and all of a sudden I'm the one. Nigga, what?
I can't even go to games no more.
What? I'm the one? You had me sitting next to the other bitch. That really happened in my real life. A nigga really, never mind. Short story. A guy invited my family to the game. I was taking a test in college. My mom and my brother shows up. I was next to the way the tickets
were set up.
They're set up because they can't pick the tickets. It's just just an NBA area.
Family and friends.
Magically, family and friends. Literally, it's called family and friends. Magically, the family and the friends sat next to his other woman's family and friends, but the girl was there. And my mama knew exactly who she was because me and this girl had beef quite often over this nigga. So the girl was like trying to be extra, and my brother friend was like, that girl's talking about your sister's boyfriend. My brother was like, mommy. And then my mama looked down and was like, oh, that's old girl that Ebony really been beefing with for like 100 years behind this nigga at the game. So the whole family just in a row, all his family and friends. His family and friends.
Oh, wow.
Shout out. Well, that was the time. Yeah. And then after the game, it was like quite a mess. And then he signed some sneakers for my little brother. And then my mama is a bitch. And I mean, because my mom was actually mad at me at the time, but she's still a bitchy. So she like waited to. My mom was very calculated and good at what
she get on him?
She didn't get on him. She irked her. The girl ended up leaving.
Oh. Because
the girl was trying to be super extra. And then my mama jumped up, was like, there go my baby or son-in-law, whatever the hell my mama said, some slick shit. So the girl ended up leaving. She didn't come back to the end of the game. But then at the end of the game, he came up and signed some sneakers for my little brother and was like, here. And then my brother was in high school at the time, so all his little friends was like, wow. And then my mama set up. The girl tried to outweight my mama, but my mama set up in a space where she was just chilling. So then the girl kind of had to like go and leave. And then my mama did the whole conversation, and the girl was like, looking side eye. It was like a whole mess, and then my mama called me and was like, you're gonna be miserable for the rest of your life, honey.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I am, but I love him.
But I love him.
I am gonna be miserable, and that's embarrassing.
I'm embarrassed, but
I love him. We're here now. I don't know what to do. You should have stopped this shit a year ago. Why did you wait so long? Now you want me to be embarrassed? Jesus Christ. But yeah, so at the end of the day, and FYI, he's not with neither one of us, FYI. But pull the trigger first. Stop letting these niggas choose you.
I know nigga choosing me, I'm choosing you.
Stop. And when you get to a certain age, you should not. That's a young girl's game. I will fucking never. The shit that I let happened, I would never do that.
Ain't no nigga choosing me.
Don't.
That's a fact.
We choosing each other. And more importantly, I'm probably choosing you, if we're going to be completely honest.
I'm a chooser. See, there's two people in life. People that get chose and people who choose.
I do a little bit of both.
I'm a chooser.
I do a little bit of both.
I choose
who I'm going to get chose by.
A word.
I definitely choose who I'm going to get chose by, because
that's a word. Yeah.
Because sometimes I need to be chose, and I need to figure out how I'm going to. It's an art to it. I ain't got time to break it down. But either way, that is why Clark is my woman crush Wednesday. If you have never seen Mo Better Blues, it's a Spike Lee production. It came out in 1990.
It's actually a really good movie.
I think it might be one of my favorite. So have I seen all the Spike Lee movies? I probably have. Pretty sure I've probably seen all the Spike Lee movies. Mo Better Blues is in my top 3. And that's a lot, because my top 3 is Mo Better, in no particular, now I can make it in a particular order. School Days is number 1.
I really like.
Crooklyn might be number 2. No,
I like Do the Right Thing.
that's the first one.
That's my favorite Spike Lee.
No, the first one's actually Nola. Nola Darling's movie. She's Gotta Have It. My top 3 would be Mo Better Blues, School Days, and Crooklyn would be in my top 3 Spike Lee movies. So that says a lot because I thoroughly enjoy Do the Right Thing. I thoroughly enjoy Clockers. I thoroughly enjoy, like, literally damn near all of his movies. So, yeah, please watch it. And if you took anything from this conversation, don't let that nigga choose you in the valley. If he
In the
can't,
valley!
if he can't choose you on the hill, sis,
Bye.
Oh, well, that's a good lead-in. Because this week, our show is Recovering from a Sugar Daddy. Y'all been begging for this show way longer than I like. And now we're here. And I think y'all about to get a blueprint and a sketchbook. And y'all finna find out ways to land a nigga. Because y'all always ask for tips. I realize that too. I get a lot of, what's the tips? So now we're here.
You know,
What do you consider a sugar daddy? Is it an age thing? Because I'm a little confused because you guys asked for sugar daddies and ballers.
So the thing with sugar daddies and ballers, so like sugar daddies are, you know, typically older than you, much older. They have a lot of money to spend, and they want to spend it on you. And you know, you can get your bills paid, you can get some clothes, you can get some shoes, you can get cars, jewelry, whatever. But you know, I don't know. Like I guess because I've lived through that, and I've learned that that is not something that should be your go-to or the best route, because guys that have a lot of money at their disposal, or they can get you whatever you think that you really, really want, they're all like manipulative jerks. And granted, I've had a few nice guys that and I've been the beneficiary of sugar daddies, because one of my really good friends when I was younger, she had an older guy. He was an older white guy. He was a lawyer that represented oil companies. And I remember the first time we I experienced this, secondhand. And she called me one day and she was just like, hey, can you come to the Galleria with me? And I was like, all right, cool. I ain't got shit to do. So I met them at the Galleria. And, my modest ass was just like, oh, that's cute, girl. That's cute. Get that. Yeah. So he comes up to me. He's just like, I don't see you shopping. And I just looked like I didn't know that I was supposed to be shopping.
You're supposed to be shopping.
And then but I don't know the protocol. I don't know. So he was just like, get whatever you want. So I was like, are you sure? And he's like, get whatever you want. Girl, that motherfucker was laying down that Platinum American Express card everywhere we went. Boom, boom. You want this? Get it.
Get 5 of them.
Boom,
Tune up and
boom.
5 colors.
And I was just like, wow, you really have a sugar daddy, girl. And then it's like benefiting me too.
I think the best part about a sugar daddy for most people is if your friend has a sugar daddy and he has
enough money to get you and your friend something.
Because this is the thing. I guess because I yell on the show about being a bird bitch a lot, that people think I'm like a real life bird bitch in my everyday. I can dispel a little bit of that. I actually do genuinely work, and I've never been. I do. I work. I've always had a job. I've had multiple jobs at times. I've had from 7 a.m. to 2 o'clock in the morning jobs, where I work 2 jobs. I've been that person. And that was not too long ago. And the other half is I have a great mom. And I was never in a real life need. I've been in real life crisis. Let me take that back. I have been in situations where I was like, I need money, but I don't think I've ever went as far as some girls have been when it came to being out in the streets alone, if that makes any sense. Like, it's been times I was like, I didn't feel comfortable asking my family for money.
Yeah.
But I knew I would never be under I-10, or I had to do something strange for a little change. I guess I would say it that way. But, so here's the thing about, like, for me with sugar daddies. I think people have this misconception that because somebody has money, they owe you the money. That is not true. And I think people also have this misconception that and this is me, y'all can have y'all own opinions. I feel like when we're all in a room at a party and a man with money comes in, or men in general, but especially a man with a little change, he's looking for what he deems attractive, right? When women go in a room, they're looking for money, power, respect. A lot of women would bypass looks if you have money, power, and respect in your city, in your little corner, in your club, or whatever the case might be. The same way people know who owns the club. It's the way they strut around. And then people want to know the owner because the way his attitude is. So a lot of people have this thing of, because I'm meeting a man with money, he has to give me money. And I don't know, I never understood why people thought that shit, because the reality is, just because you have a pussy, you don't have to get nobody pussy. Same type of, because men ain't looking for you for money. Men are looking at you for being attractive in your body, and they want to have sex with you. You're looking because you want his money, his power, his respect. So just because he has money doesn't mean he owes you his money. Just because you have a vagina don't mean you necessarily owe him a vagina. You owe him some vagina. Yeah. Now, with that being said, there's a lot of people who think they're I don't know how to say this without being rude. It's a lot of people who always ask for ballers, which I've always got confused by. Like,
what is a baller?
When they say ballers, a lot of people kind of ask a question for like basketball and football, like athletes.
Oh, that's like the worst thing you could like.
But on the flip side of that, a lot of people ask for athletes, and you're not even like athlete worthy, and not in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's out of somebody's league. There's some dudes who are just completely, I would never talk to. I'm out of their league, and there's some dudes I would try to talk to, and I'm completely out of their league. I understand the hierarchies. I understand the circle of life. I'm not offended. So it's a lot of y'all who think you're like a 10, and in the real like the landscape of the world, you're nothing but a 5 or a 6. And not in a bad way. Like, I'm not even saying that like I'm a 10. I'm just saying, like, a lot of y'all think y'all a 10 because y'all hot in y'all circle, or y'all hot in y'all little neighborhood. Y'all not hot in the grand scheme of things. And that's fine too. So a lot of y'all ask for athletes, but do you look like one?
Listen, as a person, when I was in my 20s, I used to hang out with a lot of athletes, and I dabbled in dating athletes, but to me,
you got drowned in dating athletes.
But to me, I don't want to date the athlete, because they're actually the workers. They're the people that actually their checks are getting signed. Their checks are getting signed. Yeah, they can't do shit because they're contracted through somebody else. You know, as I've gotten older,
you date owners. I mean,
they're not even just owners. It's just, I don't want somebody that's going to go in and get hurt. Like, I don't want, like, if a football, like, I would rather date a coach than a football player. I would rather. I mean, that's
understandable. I don't mind athletes either.
I just, to me, honestly, I would rather date somebody that's behind the scenes versus on the field, because at the end of the day, anything can happen. You can get hurt. There's so many things that can happen to you while you're playing that your money will be gone immediately.
And that's the truth. Okay,
and if you don't know how to manage that, and you have a lot of athletes that are young that come into the league, whatever league, it's all across the board, that they don't necessarily know how to manage their money. Because you listen to these older guys that have come into a lot of money,
it's
and
a
they
30.
go broke.
No, it's So here's the thing. So people always ask how I end up talking to a lot of athletes. I don't know about everybody else, but Florida, Texas, I think it's like Georgia, and maybe California, they produce a lot of the athletes, especially when it comes to like football, right? So when I went to college, I had already was in like the high school cool kid. He was like number 14 in the state, right? Get to college. I go to FAMU. Florida State's right there. Florida State produces a lot of athletes. I happen to live in an athlete building because I lived in a private dorm because I actually didn't stay on FAMU's campus. Never stayed on FAMU's campus, actually. My mom ended up giving me a private dorm. So in the private dorm, they house a lot of the athletes for Florida State. So that's kind of how I end up being like knowing track stars and baseball players and basketball and football and all that. So a lot of mine was like chance, if that makes sense. It was a lot of chance meeting. It was kind of like, those are the people in the building. Those are the people in the cafeteria. Now I'm affiliated with these group of people, and I end up transitioning to the apartment complex next to the dorm. But guess what? The athletes did too. So now I'm in a basketball apartment complex for a school I don't go to. The football team's across the street or across the parking lot for a school I don't go to. So that's how all that happened with me and my road to athletes. Now, here's the thing. I've always had, at the time I thought I was in love and life was supposed to be great, and it was, and money was great. But I've always been very aware that I get older, the league gets younger, and if I'm not married by a certain age, by athletes, it wasn't going to happen for me. I realized that at like 25. And I wasn't offended, but I kind of knew I needed to transition where my money was. I transitioned like how I thought about money, you know what I mean? Because the reality is, a lot of these niggas, and now we're at the age where I'm 10 years out of college. A lot of those guys have been out the league and are really coming to the end of their money. You know what I mean? So yes, I had a great time. Yes, it was cool when it lasted. Yes, I had people fly. But the reality is, what I learned about, like, especially athletes and money, a lot of y'all never gonna get into that room because y'all not in that room. People always ask, like, where do you go to meet athletes? Nigga, you go to the part of the city that it's popping, not popping as in popping because niggas think it's popping. The part that's popping because rich people think it's popping. Like in Orlando, it will be Windermere. Like in Texas, it will be Royal Oaks. It's like it'll be the suburban areas. It'll be Pearland. It'll be Katy.
Most of the athletes that are in Houston, they don't live in the city. They have places in the city, but most
they don't live.
They don't live.
But that's everywhere.
Where they live out
Royal Oaks, Katy, Cypress.
They live out in Cypress.
It's a lot of people. Y'all don't realize that people don't stay. People always ask, like, how do you meet them? And it's just like, y'all want to go to the trendy spots. Y'all want to go to what's popping for black people. These niggas is going to the regular Target in their neighborhood. What's the ritzy area in your neighborhood that has a Target in the Publix if you're in Florida? That's where they're going. That's first and foremost. But either between all that, I think everybody has this idea that I deserve money and
somebody else's money.
I deserve athlete money. And that always kills me because I had a friend, no lie. We're not friends now. She probably don't listen to it. If she does, my bad. But I don't think she listens to this show. I remember she wanted to be pulled by a basketball player so bad it was like killing her. And so by this time I had moved to Orlando. I was still on my bird bitch shit, like heavy. And so we used to go out all the time, and I had already kind of been like maneuvering in that like arena, so it wasn't hard for me to get to certain places and certain people. So we always like was around like athletes. We were. The thing was, she wasn't ugly, but she wasn't pretty, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? You know how some girls are like striking when you go to the club, and then some girls are just in the club. She was just a girl that was in the club. You know, and I'm not saying that because thinking I'm prettier than her. I'm just saying that in the grand scheme of like life.
You're trying to paint the picture.
Yes, let me paint the picture. And then like she worked out and everything. And she had a cute shape, but she ain't had no shape that was gonna stop fucking traffic either. You know what I mean? She was just, on average a 7. And, that's fine. And she kept her hair done, and she was actually a nurse. And she was about like a few years older than me at the time. So she wanted to holler at this basketball player. And I made it happen where it was about 3 or 4 times that we was like at his function, right next to him, breaking bread. And he kind of was like, scooting over her because that wasn't his type. What was killing me about her was she was a traveling nurse. And I was like, girl, you realize that money comes from all type of places besides athletes. This nigga ain't gonna have no money probably in like 8 years.
Girl.
Go get you a doctor. Go get you the lawyer who does the doctor. Who's selling the fucking beds and the fucking IV machines? That nigga got money. The nigga that's selling the IV machines to the hospital.
That's what we sell ourselves short.
They do.
That's what we sell ourselves short.
And she would never. For the life of me, I was like, you literally are a traveling nurse. And then
doctors.
You meet doctors, you meet salespeople.
But you want a nigga with an athlete.
Do you not know how much the people who sell them fucking IV bags to the hospital making? Do you not realize that a lot of these IV bags say the same fucking brand? Go!
But you want a nigga that played for the Celtics that just got signed.
Just yesterday.
A 1-year contract.
And then what killed me, I knew who this shit was gonna be done. So she had this guy that she was talking to that I actually went to college with. He was a Super Bowl winning nigga too. And she was willing to get her I don't want to say residency. She was a traveling nurse. Do they call it residencies?
Maybe.
So she was a traveling nurse. So she was trying to get one of her stations to be in the city that he played football in. Right. And I remember being hella annoyed at the simple fact that and the thing was, I knew him and I knew he was flying girls to his city. So you're willing to spend your own money to go to a city that he lived in when I know he flying bitches all the time. And that was like the main problem. Like, you so stuck on what you consider athlete money, and the reality is it's so much other money in the motherfucking world, bitch. It's just not basketball money.
Yeah.
It's just not. So and that's to a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all say y'all want a baller. Bitch, let me tell you something. When you get into politics, there are niggas who are I went to this politician party maybe a year ago with a friend. And when you sitting around the party, you realize who the nigga with the money is and who the nigga with the power is, all at the functions. If you go to any function where there's a group of people, there's always a hierarchy, even though people don't want to say it. When you go to a lawyer, when you into being in lawyers and all that, there's a judge or somebody who's top tier. When you're into engineering and oil and gas, there's somebody who's top tier in oil and gas and engineering. It's money everywhere. So it kills me when people want to talk about like getting like an athlete. Bitch, you 30 fucking 5. What the fuck you gonna do with the league? The league is like 21 right now. Shut up. And then the other half about it is, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer about, coins, because I do get mine. But the other half is, sometimes y'all need to realize,
you can make your own money.
You can do that, but sometimes y'all gotta realize that with trying to get somebody's money is you leveraging your pussy, and that's the part y'all don't want to talk about either, because
y'all gonna have to give it up.
It's coming.
Y'all gonna have to get it up,
because a lot of people don't have the common sense. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I've hit licks and ran, if that makes sense. Like, I remember I was in a mall one time and a guy was like, what you doing? I'm like, don't ask me what I'm doing in the mall in case you buying me something. And he was like, I'm gonna buy you something. I'm like, all right. So we went to Saks. I ran his shit up. I knew then that was probably the last time I was gonna be able to talk to him, because I didn't want to have sex with him. So that literally was the last time I talked to him, because I didn't want to keep spending his money, because I knew eventually I was gonna have to bust it. I knew the way he easily spent that money that day, I knew I was going to go off with a win. And that was a win. I knew I couldn't talk to him again. I knew if I hit him back up or whatever, I was going to have to come off of it. And I didn't want to. That's the truth nobody tell y'all about. It's but so many times y'all going to hit these licks without giving up no pussy. And I don't know any other way to say it. Have you hit fountains 100 times without like at least doing something?
No.
It's not.
Because so I remember the first time I met this person. I saw him at a gas station. So I went to this gas station by my job. I was working at Olive Garden.
Yes, pump, sis.
And I was getting gas.
Did you have your
Olive Garden uniform on.
How was your hair?
It was back in a ponytail, slick back.
Were you stressed out that day?
I don't remember, but I do remember, and I had my red Buick Century. And I just remember him pulling up in a Range Rover.
Yes, right. Yes, right.
And he was just like, hey, you're really pretty.
You are.
He was like, do you need a sugar daddy? And I was just like, ew, no, go away. Ew.
You know what you give me vibes of? Oh.
So no. So he was just like, no, I can pay your bills. I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm good. So I went to work, right?
Life had
so
hit you.
listen. So maybe a couple months later, I had quit Olive Garden. It was the first time I did a quick weave in my hair. So, you know, I had this long ass quick weave or whatever.
How was your quick weave?
It was like that.
y'all gotta see the way she...
It was like that.
I
I went, so at the time this club called The Office was popping, right, on Tuesdays. So I went with my homeboy. When we went to the office, you know, I was making money, you know, I was feeling good. I had my quick weave in, and you know, I had this shirt with my back out.
Oh,
I had my back out. And I remember going up to the, you know, and I knew people, so I'm like, hey, what's up? Let me get something to drink. So the nigga,
you had confidence, is what you told me.
I mean, on 1,000.
Okay, because
so
you know, confidence be key.
Yes. So the nigga that asked me previously about being my sugar daddy was there. This was months later, right? Mm-hmm. And so he was standing talking to the owner of the bar. And so I came up to the bar and I was just like, let me get, at the time I was drinking Taco vodka and cranberry juice.
You was drinking what?
I was drinking Taco.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What?
Bitch, I was 22.
I'm not judging.
I didn't know better. Taco vodka and cranberry juice.
I too have drank the Taco.
So he hears me order, he turns around and he was just like,
you want some Grey Goose, you raggedy bitch?
No, he goes, what you drinking? And I looked at him, and to this day, we laugh about that, because he's just like, because we're still friends. So he turns around, he's just like, what you drinking? And I looked at him and I was just like, if you ain't buying me no drink, then you don't need to ask me what I'm drinking.
Exactly. I understand.
And then he looks at me like, bitch. So he tells the bartender, whatever she wants all night, it's on me.
Did you upgrade from Taco?
I said, my nigga, what you want to drink? I said, I got this nigga buying me drinks. Buying me drinks.
So exciting.
So then, you know, it was great. It was a great night. I talked and we laughed. So we exchanged phone numbers. So the next day, so there's this place called Mama's Cafe on Westheimer that we ate at. And, you know, it's a 24-hour diner or whatever, but everybody ate there. And so the next day we met up at Mama's Cafe. And, you know, we talked and it was cool. And then, so I remember he kept asking me to go to his place. So my dumbass went to his place. And at first I was just so scared, because I'm just like, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this nigga is like all over me. And I'm like, I don't want to have sex.
I hate that
and
feeling.
so I was just like, I don't want to have sex. And I remember the next morning I had to go get my car, something with my car, and I left.
Did y'all have sex?
No. So I left my cell phone though at his place. At the time, that's when I was working at Olive Garden and I was working at Scott Gertner's. So he dropped my cell phone off at Scott's, and then we started texting or whatever. So I remember he was just like, can you just come by my house? Went by his house again, and you know, we just started talking.
What type of house?
He lived in like a 3-story, like one of those loft condo townhomes, whatever. It was beautiful. And so he was just like, look, I feel like we're doing this the wrong way. He was just like, where have you never been that you want to go? Mm-hmm. And I just looked at him like, New York? I've never been to New York. I want to go to New York. And he was just like, okay, cool. The next day he sends me my flight itinerary. And I was like, oh shit. So then he was just like, so if you could have any pair of shoes in the world, what would you have? And I remember I used to read about, like, I used to like buy a whole
Christian Louboutins, Sex in the City.
I said, because at first he was just like, you like Prada? And I was like, no. He's like, you like Gucci? I was like, no. And then he was like, and then I go, what about Christian Louboutin? He said Louboutins. And I was like, yeah. So then he was like, all right. So the next day he sends me a picture of the shoes and he goes, Louboutins for my lady. So I was like, damn, oh shit. So that next week we fly out to New York. We go see The Color Purple. We like
The Color Purple was really good.
Yes, with Fantasia.
I didn't see. I seen it early. I seen it before Fantasia got there.
We stayed in Midtown. Like, it was the best trip ever, and I knew like this nigga spent bread. Like we went, like he took me to Saks and was just like, whatever you want, get. I was like, what?
But
so I knew I had to bust it down at the end of the night. Like I hadn't had sex with this guy. Like mind you, he like for maybe.
Do you
a
feel
month and a half.
like? Do you feel okay? And this is because I mean I think now me and you are more in a very conscious space of money and pussy.
Yeah.
Then did you like feel like as the more money he spent that like damn I'm really gonna have to have sex with him? Was that crossing your mind?
No, I just knew that.
I mean,
when I landed in New York, and when I landed in New York and I saw what he
sex was coming.
to me, I knew I had
like
to drop
you owed
it.
him.
It wasn't even like I owed him.
Like it was like a transaction I could do. Yeah, it's like a transaction of it.
I mean, because I can't afford.
It's a transaction of it.
I mean, this nigga really showed me.
No, and that's what I was saying about people. I was like, listen, I was like, I've had friends come on flights with me. Like I've literally had, like I've been. This is not braggadocious. I've had friends flying in places with me since I've been in college. Like, oh, bring my homegirl. So, and it is like. The reality of it all is when you start accepting flights and extravagant gifts.
Extravagant,
I'm not talking about like lunch. If you have dinner and some drinks, whatever.
Dinner and drink ain't shit. But if you're accepting flights and then you are being treated like
I feel like when you're accepting flights, you should know that pussy shit is bigger. Like I don't understand how people don't think that. Like.
Listen, I knew that night I had to give it up. And I did. We had sex that night at the hotel.
And then it's like I have to really give it up. Like I gotta work for it. I gotta work for it. Now I have to work for it.
And then it's so funny because I remember we were in a cab going to the play, and this was when Jay-Z had his American Gangster album was coming out.
Love that album.
And they had announced that he was performing at the Apollo, and I was like, oh my God, I love Jay-Z. Mind you, we were like maybe 2-3 months in, and he was just like, oh, you love Jay-Z? And I was like, yeah, like, oh my God. He was like, okay, well, we're going to come back. So again, I'm not thinking this nigga is serious. Sure enough, I get a flight itinerary. We fly back to New York to go see Jay-Z at the Apollo. And we were like maybe 5-6 rows back. I don't necessarily remember. But we were really close to the stage. And I was just like, and then I was like, oh my God, I don't want to have sex with you for this. And I remember he got so mad because I would not have sex with him.
And I mean,
he was mad as
and you were like the entire time.
He was mad as fuck, dog. Because in my mind, I'm just like, man, I don't want to have sex with you because you do shit like this. And he was so mad.
When you're dealing with like a real life sugar daddy, your leverage is pussy. And I don't know any other way to tell you.
Oh,
like, luckily for me,
he was hot.
Like, I've had like the athletes I talked to, well, the main athlete I talked to, we had a real thing. So I wasn't leveraging pussy. I liked him. It was just, we did things because I sucked his dick because I liked him. He bought me and my friends flights because he liked me. And then you have those people that you really trying to hit licks and do stuff and you have to. Or you're sacrificing your friends. I had to stop myself. I stopped hooking my friends up with my homeboys because I realized that was my, like, I don't want to say I was sacrificing them because that sounds terrible, but I was offering goods and services. No, I wasn't. If they wanted money, I'm like, listen, I know a nigga with money.
You need money.
You need money.
I know a nigga with money.
I know a nigga with money. I make this happen. And I was like, it had became an era where I was habitually hooking people up with goods and services. I knew the goods, I knew the services, and I could make them go together. And then I stopped, and then like every blue moon, people try to put me back in a situation where I'm doing goods and services. And I'm like, just nah, I'm out of that business. I felt like a madam at one point. But it was like, I had people, like when I think about it, like wait, was a madam. Like I knew a chick who was getting money put in her account the first of the month. Mm. But the flip side to that was you need to be ready to eat. I'm not going to call you all the time.
You need to be ready to lick some ass. When
I call you, you better drop I don't care if you with your husband, baby, kids, your homeboys, your mama. If I call you, I've been putting money in your account for 6 months. I'm just now showing up. You need to drop what the fuck you're doing to be where the fuck I'm at.
Period.
A lot of people ain't really set up for that. Are you set up for that? Can you drop everything for the money that's coming into your account the first of the month? You say you can, but can you really?
Yeah. No. I'm over that. Like, listen, I'd rather just...
Like, and that, I really hooked up a lot of... I actually got out that game a couple of years ago. I think I've dabbled once in like the past year, and I was just like, I don't want to do this no more. I'm not trying to help people. I'm not trying to hook up goods and services no more.
Honestly, and you know what? The kicker is, some of you girls be going for the niggas that have like, that are very flashy. Like, to me, I've dealt with niggas that really have had it, and that really have it, and they are like the most basic ass niggas. Like, they are that white t-shirt, jeans, and Jordan. But
it's kind of who you like, because even the dudes I dealt with I've dealt with two types. I've dealt with the whole athlete who are Nike'd up, Jordan up, basketball short up, and they're super tall, so you know they play. And I've dealt with like the random nigga who don't look like shit and don't like sparklers. People who are giving you their money also have a common attitude.
Yeah.
Their money, their time, their way, the way they want it. And I'm not talking about sex. I mean, that can go for sex too. But very... and possessive is not the word, because I wouldn't deem them possessive because they're not mean people. But they're very... Everything's on their time, their watch, their money. And the person who closes the check actually runs the show. And that's the truth. Like, I had a friend, I know a homegirl, and I saw her, and I was like, you like pay for everybody's tab because you like to run the show. You like to drive because you like to run the show.
Yeah.
The person who's in control of how we get there, how we go there, how we gonna be there, and how many drinks we can have, runs the goddamn show. They also have an underlining attitude, which is why I really feel like I transitioned so well from athletes to older niggas with money, because it's a common thread to their personality that I'm attracted to. That's probably gonna be the death of me as well, but it's a common, and I don't know what to call it, and it's not all fuckboy too, because some of them are very nice, but it's still very my time, my call, my way.
But you know, you got some, I think, like, for the people that I know.
In case you get a lame, now, I did have lames with money.
Just for the people that I know, like, I know real niggas that really have it. And I know, like, even to this day, like, some of the niggas that I've dealt with in my past, I could easily call them if I truly ever really, without even giving them some pussy, like, it's just because we've established a relationship. You have to do that. And that's another thing. Like, y'all feel like, you know, a nigga is supposed to just, like, just because you give him some pussy, that he
owes you $1,000 every time.
No. Some, like, honestly, like, I really have guys that I know have it. If I truly needed it, I can call them with no strings attached. They'll give it to me. I don't have to pay them
I call that
back.
daddy syndrome. No, not in a bad way. No, not in a bad way.
I'm just saying, like...
No, I'm saying people who care, like... I have people I know who care about my well-being, and that's what it sounds like you're describing.
Right.
So, there is a group of people that you will meet, but... They're not going to care for everybody. But you have to establish it, but they're not going to care about everybody anyway.
It's not that they're going to care about everybody, but it's just like you have to... like... Y'all can't be on no scamming shit for every fucking nigga.
You have to be genuine.
You have to be genuine, because niggas with a lot of money, they can tell a person that's just really in it for money versus a person,
and they'll give you money and you better give them some pussy.
But versus a person that's just very genuine. And to me, like, I just feel like guys that have a lot of money their main defense is looking for bitches that just want money from them. They know what they attract. They know that people know them. They know that people know that they own a club, or they own a restaurant, or they own X, Y, and Z, or they're an athlete or whatever. So they're preset in their mind is like, bitches know who I am, so they're gonna try to fuck with me because of what I got. But if a bitch is like, that's the thing. That's what has always helped me win, is because I know people that have it. I don't come at them in that type of way. Like, there's always like a friendship. And most niggas that I've dealt with respect that so much that even to this day, like, it's just like, whatever I need, I can get. But they know I'm not going to come at them on no, like, I'll fuck you tonight if you give me some money. I would never, ever come at a nigga like that, because a nigga will lose all respect. To me, a nigga that really got it, that can really help you, will lose respect for you like that. Like, you can't you can't walk up to no nigga that, like, I mean, I know girls sell pussy. I worked in a bar where girls sold they pussy to niggas that had what they thought was money. But real niggas that really got it, like, for longevity wise, like, you can't come up to no regular ass nigga that really got it and be like, I want to sell you some pussy, give me some money. They not gonna fuck with you.
People say that.
Yeah, girl. Yes, I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've seen transactions.
People say that for real? What? Okay, so bitch. I mean, I've never. That's
bitch.
Over.
Listen,
I didn't hook people up on that.
Listen, no. But even still, like,
I mean that bluntly.
What?
Oh, I didn't know people sold pussy like that.
Girl,
I thought it was like an unspoken pussy rule.
No, ma'am. No.
Well, for me, and I concur. Like, for me, I transitions. I almost said transitions. I knew I like stability, right? I like good time. I like stability. I'm a Taurus. I like stability. I like house home. I like good times. I like everybody having a good time around me, right? So for me, I concur with Adriana. When you build relationships with people, and it's unintentional. Mm-hmm. I have a group of friends. It's probably like 5 or 6 of them. I have a group of friends that I met when I was in college, and my initial reaction it was one of them I met. I met like an off friend, and my initial reaction was like, he an old head. I'm like 21 or 22. He an old head. He got money. Y'all, we about to go eat. We about to do this. Because I'm like in college, and he was like in his 40s. But he in 40s? Like probably in his 30s at this time. And I met him in a club, and I was like, yeah, we about to hit a lick. Yeah, girl, he drove a Beamer. Like, this is us being 20 and excited about everything. So I meet this guy. He was like, well, bring your friends. I'm going to bring my friends. We all going to go to like this sushi restaurant. We all meet up, of course. So I'll bring my 2 homegirls. He bring his 2 homeboys. And still, we got to go with these old heads. We got to get these drinks. We got to get this food. Then we're going to go to the Moon or whatever club we was trying to go to that night to meet the niggas our age or whatever. Because, I mean, that's really what it was. We were in college. And so we end up meeting the friends, and the friends happened to be really cool. And the original nigga that like I got introduced to, I really liked the friends of him. And I was just like, well, your friends are really cool. And they didn't seem like extra perverty. They were like real cool. And we all ended up hanging out. A billion years later, we still hang out. And a lot of the relationship and the I'll treat everybody and your friends want something comes based on the fact that now you know my mama, now you know my siblings, now we're actually genuinely friends. Like when I went to jail and I needed my car bailed out, or because they had my car and I had to get it out so they can deem it, totaled. I called and my literal line was, do you want the excuse or do you need to know how much money I need? And he said, well, how much money do you need? And I said, because I know he hates when people like give a lot of excuses about how much, because y'all girls have a habit of like, oh, so my rent is due. Y'all be like,
because you're like, okay, so I have $200 pending, right?
Right, and then rent is due, and that's $900. But then my little brother,
he asked me for like $200,
and then like y'all have an item,
I need $5.
Yeah, now you have an itemized receipt on why you need your rent money. Like
I say you need $500, girl.
So I tend to like not, because people know y'all be lying when y'all throw in rent and car notes and random bullshit to get a few $100s. Like, nigga, shut up. So I straight up be like, do you want the store? can I just tell you the amount, or do you want the story and then the amount? And I just say it like that to everybody. And then some people say I want the amount, and I just say the amount, and we never talk about the story. Because sometimes the story's bullshit. Sometimes I just spend all my money at happy hour. I don't know. And then sometimes they be like, I have friends. He particularly, we're actually really good friends. Like, he really be like, well, how much do you need? And I would say how much I need. And I'll get the money. And he'd be like, okay, so what's the story? Just because he's curious, because he knows some bullshit. And I'll just tell the whole story, like, okay, so listen, I got arrested last night. So I had, but then too, I'm a person that always works. So I don't, when I'm asking for some shit, I'm asking for some shit. Yeah. Because I've always understood that, because my mom's a person like that. A lot of people, and I'm like that. Not that I'm balling heavily, but I'm a person that if I want to spend my money, I'm gonna spend my money, and you don't have to ask me to spend my money. Yeah. A lot of niggas don't need to be asked to spend their money. If they want to drop their money on you, they gonna do it. The fucking problem is you bitches don't know that, so you keep asking for it. Now he not dropping it on you. Silly, but people read through y'all dumbass story like.
Yes. I mean, niggas do. They do. And to me,
and building relationships. And a lot of people don't know how to build relationships. Y'all don't know how to build non-sexual relationships, because I'm definitely in like a couple of sugar daddy, non-sugar relationships. And a lot of y'all do know how to build relationships. Y'all know how to have sex, but then don't know how to like transition the fact that y'all not gonna be together. You know what I mean? That's sometimes you fucking somebody, but y'all ain't gonna be husband and wife.
Yeah.
So you need to kind of like.
You need to separate it.
Yeah.
You need to have some type
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what you need to know. Like at the end of the day, like to me, what has worked for me is building friendships with people. Like I know I have people that I can call on, and the thing is,
and you can't hit the same, you can't rob the same bank a billion times.
The thing is, you can't abuse it. A lot of y'all motherfuckers abuse.
Y'all want to rob the same bank.
Y'all motherfuckers want to abuse shit. You cannot abuse a man with a like. Because eventually a motherfucker's gonna catch on, and he's gonna stop answering your phone calls. He's gonna leave you on fucking red. You cannot fucking abuse a person like that.
You should look at money the way you think about your vagina. Do you want somebody hitting your vagina every week?
No.
Do you want somebody begging on your phone for your vagina?
Don't do it. Because I'm not going to give it to you.
The way you treat that dude about his money is the way you want somebody to treat you about your vagina. And I don't know no other way to say that.
Like, you cannot expect... First of all, it's not it's not your money.
It's literally not your money.
Like, y'all... Like, that's the thing. Like, honestly, if you really want to get somebody that, like... that has that type of financial means... You cannot treat them as something disposable or like abuse the privilege, because I've seen so many girls abuse their privilege of a guy giving them money, and they treat them like shit, and then they turn around, and because karma works, like when you know you have bad intentions for somebody, especially for a guy that's like really doing for you, and then you like doing some fuck shit. And just not being real with your shit, like that shit comes back, because you will be broke. Even though this nigga bought you a Louis Vuitton bag and you think you popping and some Louis Vuitton heels, bitch, you gonna be right at the pawn shop.
And the reality is, he can find another vagina
that's grateful,
and you won't necessarily find somebody who's giving money out so freely. And I don't want to say it that way, because there are a lot of people who giving out money freely, but the reality is you probably ain't gonna it's a handful of people that's gonna always hit licks like that.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all just hit a lick.
But it just but you know, when a nigga gives you money up front and gives you when
somebody give you money up front, I hate when, and I have a lot of homeboys who give money up front, and not in like a sexual way, but they'll give money out because they'll be like, oh, it's, you know, Thanksgiving or your birthday, whatever. And then you'll have like a girl double back and be like, well, can I get like $300 like a month later? And it's like, you never text that nigga to say hello.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Even like, not even like that. Like when you first meet a nigga and a nigga gives you money up front, you are automatically signing yourself up for failure.
And hence why I said
You
that
should
nigga,
never, don't ever
that
take
nigga in the
money.
mall.
Don't ever take money up front, because
And no.
I've heard a story where niggas will go into niggas purposely shark on bitches, right? They'll go into the mall, they'll find some girl and be like, "Hey, I want to buy you something," and then of course a bitch will be like, "Okay, cool, let's go here, let's go there." He'll drop 5,000, whatever. Cause this nigga told me this. Like, this nigga told me this. He goes to the mall purposely looking for bitches, right? That is going to accept money from him. He's gonna buy them whatever they want, but they have to fucking be wherever he's at. They have to give up the puss, but however he wants it, at whatever time, as long as he's in town, they have to drop draws.
No, I don't know about that. Like I said, I've been the type of person when I realized when the money came too easy, I'll hit the lick once and just disappear. Like, I'm one of those.
You have to.
I mean, I don't do that now, but like when I was in like my early 20s, I definitely had people like drop some money and go about my day. But I was never. If you ever, I used to be into like really drug lord movies. And it's always the last lick that gets you caught. So I always had like this understanding that if I met a random nigga at a random time who was dropping crazy money, I had a great time at that moment and went on about my fucking day.
That kind of shit.
I wouldn't like overkill it.
I wouldn't even accept that kind of shit.
Like now I wouldn't, but in my early 20s, I definitely.
But God, no, I've never even accepted in my 20s. Like even when my friend, she had her sugar daddy and we went to the Galleria and he was just like, "I want you to get something." I'm like, "No."
You didn't get nothing?
No.
So
but
you
then
didn't get
he was
nothing?
just like, "No, Adriana, it's fine. I want you to buy something. It's okay."
No, I definitely. No.
So then when he broke it down to me, like, because at first I'm like, "Nigga, that's not what I want. I don't want that. I don't want that kind of life. I'm not leading that kind of life." But when I saw that he was just genuinely like, "I have money to spend and I want to spend it, and you are her friend, so you're a friend of mine, so therefore I want you to get whatever you want." So when he showed me that it wasn't even that type of party, that's what I did. Like I
didn't go through all that. So listen, I'm all about then I would hit a lick once. Like if I knew somebody was spending an obscene amount of money and I knew I had no interest in sleeping with them, I would spend their money and then go about my day. But that's just me. I do like being a friend of the friend of the friend. Don't have to give up no pussy and she gets a good life. I had a friend. I had a friend who's talked to this like football player who played for the Bucks, and we went shopping, and that was a good time, and I didn't have to give up no pussy because she was but she liked him, so that wasn't that bad. But everybody want to know where you meet people. I told y'all, steakhouses are good. Well, I don't.
Honestly,
actually, I like. You know what? I met the most, but then again in Orlando, I lived in Windermere, Florida. Windermere, Florida has the subdivisions of Tiger Woods and Shaq and all the athletes. So a lot of me even going to the post office, the library, the Target, and the Publix in our area had me in that kind of realm. So the reality is, find whatever sector.
But your thing is, like, if y'all truly looking for, honestly, like, you got to look at the unsuspecting people. Because I'm gonna tell you, my ex-boyfriend, like, that nigga came into D-Bar with a white t-shirt, some jeans, a fake Gucci belt, and some Jordans on.
Was he African?
No, he's black. He's from Third Ward. And I just thought he was just the most beautiful thing in the world. But this nigga really had, like, even now.
And it goes back to the fact that money isn't defined by athletes. Money
is very unassuming.
Money is defined by whatever. Like I said, if you go to when you go to the church, people want to holler at the preacher. Yeah. Go to any realm of what you want. Yes. And honestly, be honest with yourself. Like I said, I had a friend.
But you know what? Athletes ain't really the T. Like if you really,
they always ask, but
athletes aren't the T. Athletes are not the tea.
I'm gonna
Like,
tell
if
you
you
something.
really want some money, you need to fuck with the owners. You need to fuck with the coaches. Them motherfuckers they're guaranteed. First of all,
They're not gonna, but they're not gonna run into them. So let's drop from the coaches. But entrepreneurs, doctor, it's other people. It's money in all
it's
realms.
not even just like, but it's not athletes though. Like, athletes are bottom of the barrel, even though we
Not
see
that bottom,
no, but even in the realm of like having money, right?
No, coaches, they are bottom of the barrel, but as far as like how much,
But I'm just saying, just look at certain athletes, right? If they don't budget their money, or if they don't like have investments outside of the NFL, they're going to go broke by the time they retire.
Well, don't talk to NFL players because they don't get no insurance later.
Listen, like, it's better you find somebody that owns shit, that is a doctor, a lawyer, that has their own practice, that's a judge. You need to get somebody with some real long, like, money that's long, like
longevity is the word. Yeah. Because, like, I ain't gonna say that's athlete money is great money if they know what they're doing. But with that being said, y'all can watch that 30 for 30. I forgot it's a 30 for 30 where Andre Rison is a part of it. And that's the only one I kind of remember because that's Left Eye's ex-boyfriend. But there's a 30 for 30, and they tell you about 80 to 85% of athletes go broke. So when I tell y'all, I turned 25 or 26, and I realized like my realm of athlete money was gone. Like, I realized that they were getting younger. I wasn't married to who I thought I was going to be married to by that time, and I was just like, all right, I need to move along, because the reality is like now they're kind of coming out trying to figure out what they're doing, and we're only in our 30s at this point. Bitch, it's a whole life to live. I'm 33. So if you had got drafted when I was in college and now you're retired from the football league, the NFL or the NBA, it's terrible. It's fun when you, now for the girls who probably listen to this
girls game.
For the girls,
athletes,
girls who are probably still in college, great. This is fun. But honestly, by the time I turned 25, 26, I started talking to dudes that were at least 10 to 12 years older than me. And, you know, that's not everybody. I mean, that don't work for everybody. But for me, I knew I wanted like businessmen. And I knew that money came in all forms. My mama wasn't broke and she ain't throw no basketball, you know. You know, there's a lot of retired military men who ain't broke. They ain't throw no basketball. So you do... Because y'all not gonna talk. Because I'm be honest with y'all, not gonna talk to coaches, and y'all not gonna talk. Y'all ain't gonna talk to shit.
Y'all just want to fucking go to a game and wear Louboutins and take a picture with your purse on your arm and turn around and be like, game time. That's all the fuck y'all want to do. So just go to a fucking game and do that.
And it is very fun to do that.
Like,
I've had plenty of
just
pictures
fucking
like
do
that.
Like, but at the end of the day, that shit does not.
Listen, if you over 25 chasing athletes and you ain't
nabbed the
and
athlete,
you ain't really nabbed the athlete, you done. Like, you're done.
Do it.
I mean, when I mean nabbed, I mean if you're not living with a nigga, y'all not engaged or some shit. If you're still 25 and you ain't have this kid, you still bopping around. Like, I realized I was still bopping around at 25, 26, and that just really wasn't a life for me. And then I started talking to like retired players, and then I realized, like, you know what? It's so much other coins out here. Now, on the whole sugar daddy thing, I think we covered it all. You're gonna give up some pussy, you're gonna sacrifice your friends. You're gonna give up some pussy. You're gonna sacrifice your friends' vaginas.
Give up some pussy.
The best thing to do is, and I don't want to say be friends if it's not a genuine thing.
Yeah. Don't make it transactional. The worst thing you could do is make it a transactional situation, because you're going to be like, fuck, I don't want to have sex with this nigga. Fuck.
What's the most money you got from a dude at one time?
Not cash, but I've always had my bills paid. There's never been a point where I've not have my main bills paid. I've had niggas really pay my rent. I've had niggas pay my car note. I've had niggas pay my rent and my car note. I never asked for cash in hand. Like, I would actually rather you pay a bill rather than you give me cash.
I'd rather cash. Why you rather pay a bill?
Because then I don't have to worry about my bills.
I mean, I'd rather cash so I can just pay my own bills.
No, if that way I can figure out how to make money. I mean, because I bartended, so my money that I made from bartending.
So like, I was like, I think the most.
No, so it was like, my ex-boyfriend, he paid my rent and he paid my car
That's your
note.
boyfriend.
Well, he didn't have to do it. He really, honestly, like, I mean, he did it because we weren't even. Well, he wasn't really my boyfriend.
Okay, the truth comes out.
He was my boyfriend, but we
not
broke
my boyfriend.
Up.
Oh,
no,
okay.
but we broke up. We were in a space where we weren't together, and I had called him and I told him what I was going through, and so he was just like, "Don't worry about it. I got you." He paid my rent and he paid my car note. So
what's the most extravagant gift you got?
Trips. I got treated to New York. I got treated to Cancun. I got treated to, New York twice. And then a couple of times where Jay-Z was like in town. I got to go, that type of shit. And then one guy, the main guy that like really kind of like set the bar, you know, I said, hey, I sent him a picture of some shoes that I want. And I'd be like, I want these. He'd be like, okay, I got you.
Well, mazel tov.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm just never I'm never that type of person. Be like, can you give me $1,000? I've never been that type of person. Like, I've always worked. I've always had my own money. But like, if I can't pay a bill, I know who I can call. Like, I've just never been that person to where it's like, I just want $1,000 today. Nah, I've never been like that, because to me that's abusive. Because I could still call this person to this day and be like, I need X amount of dollars, and they'll do it. All based on the fact that I didn't abuse them before.
Bitch, I did a little bit of both. So the max I got was $5,000. Still somewhat know him today. Trip wise, what's the furthest? I had a really bad habit of bringing my friends along on my trips, so because that's, you know what I realized too, for me, it's like who says it's no fun if the homie can't get none?
Biggie Smalls, I think.
Yeah, that one, the California song. Oh, but I'm always like, I don't know. I don't think it's really fun. Like, I've never had fun. I've dated guys who had money and I cared about them and I wouldn't like abuse their situation. But just regular sugar daddies and niggas I know, I will of course abuse the situation. Because they're trying to abuse my vagina. I mean, they are. I didn't really think it was fun if my friends couldn't come. So, I think hands down, I probably flew out 95% of my friends somewhere at some point. And I probably did it and I've been doing it since like 2007, 8. Yeah. I mean, I still stand on the side of, like, now it's a lot of stuff I just wouldn't deal with. But I do stand on the side of, you get a lot more when people are your friends and they're invested in you, and it's not about sex. Yeah. But a lot of people can't have those type of relationships, and I do believe those are. I remember my cousin told me, you gotta talk more, and you do have to be invested emotionally and mentally. And a lot of that's harder than sex for most people. It's easier just to fuck. So that's why a lot of situations be dead upon arrival.
Agreed.
Because it is a lot to invest.
Especially, I mean,
because when you start investing in somebody, you make them invest. A lot of niggas don't want to be invested. So then now when you're trying to be invested, you're making them invested in you. Because a lot of people just by default, they think everybody's the same. So now you have to go out your way to be different. And not in like you're going out your way, but you're going out your way to be yourself. And then you happen to be different. I guess I'll say it that way. But I do think that everybody needs to understand that just because somebody has money, it's not your money. I do think everybody needs to understand that
just because they have the money and you have the pussy, you don't have to always give it up. Great conversation pays a lot.
But you need to be able to talk worth a damn. That's
That's true.
Because people be like, yeah, you need to have conversation. Are you funny? Are you witty? Can you talk about science, math, and English?
Yeah.
Have you traveled? Do you watch TV? What documentaries?
Yeah.
What documentaries you watched? I mean, not specifically travel, but have you watched documentaries about traveling? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to a nigga who's world renowned? Are you talking to? Yeah. Do you read?
Can you read?
Can. Did you read the basic fucking book? Did you read Malcolm X? That's a basic book.
Did you read Dr. Seuss? Can you read?
Basic. You know, because people want it like this, and everybody keep asking, put me on, what do you do? Half of y'all won't even pass a looks test on some of these niggas. So if you get past that,
and half these athletes and shit, they want
I'm not even talking about athletes. I'm talking about regular niggas with money. People with money still want attractive girls because they know they have money. Money, power, respect.
It's just like the climate nowadays is like there is a certain type of look most guys with money are looking for, which is the long hair, long nails. I don't even think that's
but honestly, I don't think that because I'm not that girl and I still do well in these streets. So I don't think it's that, but it's like, are you just attractive? Do you think like you're a pretty girl? You know what I mean? Are you an attractive woman? Because I remember my friend said it. She was like, I think everybody needs to know their limits. And when you need to know, and not in a way, never mind, because I didn't want to say that because it sounds bad. When I mean your limits,
are you a low level drug dealer? Or are you the plug?
Wow.
Or are you the person over the plug
that is honestly
information to
that is the truth. So I have a cousin, right? I know people who like they talk to the niggas that are top tier in their business. But we would never talk to the same nigga. So I have a cousin. She dope boy magic. I call her dope boy magic all the time. I know when I'm with her, it's gonna be a dope boy that's gonna buy our drinks and get our food.
Nice.
And if I was in Magic City with a girl, she was dope boy magic.
Nice.
He came up. I turned around. The nigga next to me gave me like $7. $7. I know. No, this is like 3 months ago. It was like $7. I was offended. I don't know how to describe how offended I was. I'm like, wow, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a stack bitch.
You gonna give me $7?
I don't want to say this.
I'm a stack bitch.
I don't want to say this often, but I'm a stack bitch. Okay, so I'm there. How was my hair done too? And I was blonde.
Stupid.
So I'm in there.
Stupid.
No, I was in there. So he had bought me a cocktail, and I was like, cool. But the owner to Magic City was in there too, and he owed the shit. And I was just like, let me pull the owner to Magic City. Now. That's when my bird ways come. Like, wow. The owner of Magic City. That nigga know everybody. He know all the strippers, all the drug dealers, all the politicians. He know everybody's secrets. I want that nigga. Because all the strippers was like giving him a hug. Like, hey. And I'm just like, oh, come here. He like swerving me because he's used to pussy. I said, come here. Who the fuck am I?
Come here, you.
I'm motherfucking Ebony. The unmitigated gall for him to not come. That was the problem. Not that I said come here.
Bitch, you are so stupid.
No, this is a true story. So I'm sitting there, I'm just like, yo, and he's just kind of like, no. And I'm just like,
no. You don't tell me no. Bitch.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic, but that's how I felt. That might be sarcasm, but I honestly felt that way.
I know you did. That's how I'm saying. It's not sarcasm.
Wow. Whoa.
Bitch. You black bitch. Is he
Do you
black?
know who the fuck I am?
Is he black?
Yes. You know who the fuck?
Black bitch.
Do you know who the fuck I am? Because I was confused about who at that moment, I doubted me. Took a hit on my self-esteem. So now I'm offended. You hit my self-esteem? Bitch, I'm Ebony goddamn McDaniel.
That's it.
Bitch, shut this shit down. I know these hoes is naked and they up on these fucking ceilings.
Yeah. But he tried you.
You tried me. Me.
He tried you.
Me.
Ebony the McDaniel.
The. Bitch, say it the way I say it. Ebony the McDaniel, right? So the nigga next to me, sometimes my feelings hurt. So I'm trying to lick my wounds.
Right.
I'm licking my wounds.
Right.
So I'm like, well, I guess I'll talk to the nigga that been trying to talk to me the whole time because now I'm hurt. and I need somebody to reassure me. I didn't want to say it then. I can say it now because the story is well. But I needed to be reassured. So the nigga next to me was like, well, what you drinking, little mama? I'm like, well, give me a vodka, give me a Grey Goose, cranberry, a splash of Sprite with a lemon. He like, all right. I'm like, cool. He gets the drink. I get my drink. Mm-hmm. So I'm still, my homegirl, she now in the better mood because she was having a bad time in Atlanta. Now she's having a good time. So I'm half better, but I'm still confused.
Right.
Because I'm just like, and he's still standing in front of me. And I'm just like, you gonna stand in front of me and try me? Wow.
The audacity.
The audacity in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. This is why I didn't want to move here. So then, I'm vibing. The stripper tried to come dance with me. Her name was Tsunami because I ended up cash apping her. I knew her name was Tsunami because later I had opened up my cash app to receive some money. I was like, who the fuck is Tsunami? And I realized I had tipped the stripper on cash app because I had no cash.
Right.
I love a stripper. I'm respectable.
She's just trying to make a coin.
And I want her to get her coin. Who am I to stop her?
Right.
So Tsunami comes up. The nigga hands me some ones, and I'm thinking because he tapped me. He tapped me. Was like, I got you.
Aggressive.
It was like, and I was like, oh, this about to be like 200. I'm calculating. The way he did it, the way he did it, I was like, oh my god, this like 150 minimum. I'm about to come up because if you
gonna slide a couple to her,
yeah,
and then you gonna slide a couple to you.
You drop
and flop.
Listen, no,
I drop and flop.
You know,
I know the code. I know.
I ain't never.
You spread it out, and then you spread it thin.
I ain't never
spread it out, and you spread it back to you.
Hand me some money in a strip club. I ain't never gave all the stripper the money. Some of that's just in my fucking purse. But so I'm like, that tap was like minimum 150. So I'm like, I'm about to bro. I tapped my homegirl. I'm like, girl, we're about to get it. Hold on, girl. Let me get our money. I'm talking to my homegirl. Bitch, I'm about to get our money. You good? Yeah, cool. And I'm gonna get you a drink with the money he about to give me because that was a $150 tap. Girl, I had my hands out. It's like $20. So I thought he missed. I was just like, oh. Were you trying to count it out? Like, where's my money? And then he hands me a 20. So while he handed me the 20 and I'm being offended, I look to the right. My little homegirl, because she looked like a hood rat. This was like hood rat, hood nigga night. I look to my right. My little friend, she come back. She got 2 stacks of hundreds in her hand. With the drunk, with dope boy magic. Dope boys never talk to me. Like, dope boys have never been my thing. They never been attracted to me. I can never get dope boy magic money. So I turn around. She got like $200 with dope boy magic. So she like, do you need some money? So I get a nigga back his 20 because I'm offended. I'm like, I don't even want to spend your money right now. Here's your $20 back. Do you want your drink back? Because my real friend got real money. So then my homegirl give me a stack. She take a stack. Now we throwing money. Well, she throwing money on Tsunami. I'm like pretending to throw money on Tsunami while she throw her money on Tsunami. I'm stacking my money. So then I'm still fixated on the fact that this nigga tried to play me and act like he didn't know who the fuck I was, even though he owned the club. So then finally, I still was like trying to woo him my way. And then finally, when the club shut down, and he finally came up to me. He was like, "What were you trying to say?" I was like, "I'm good," because now I'm offended. I'm offended, Adriana.
I'm pissed.
I got tried with $20. I had to give the $20 back. My friend showed up with $200 because dope boys ignore me, but yet they talk to people like her. She gave me a stack. I had to pretend to throw the stack out, but that's why I end up giving Tsunami like $25 on the cash app because I had really stole like $80 from her because I didn't throw none of the money out. So I felt bad, so I wanted to offset the fact that I didn't throw none of the money.
He said, "Girl, my tire was flat outside. I had to go check
I ain't know Tsunami." So I just ended up cash apping her. I was like, "Tsunami, you really did work, and I'm sorry I took all the cash that was given."
Hysterical.
So then finally, the owner came up and he was like, "Hey, girl." And then I was like, "Can you get me a drink?" And I asked for a drink, and the girl, because bartenders get real nasty when the club be ready to close. And I understand because I too was a bartender. So I was like, the girl was like, "No, you can't get no drink." And he was like, "She can get what she want." I was like, "I can get what I want." Because bitches.
Yeah.
And I was kind of drunk too.
Right.
And how bitches be when they don't want to.
And then you were like, "I got money."
No, I didn't do all that because the owner was next to me. He was like, she can get what she want. I can get what I want. I'm about to get my ass beat. So then we got a drink and then we exchanged numbers and I was like, muzzle tall. Welcome to Atlanta where the players play.
Like every day.
Girl, trash. So I hope y'all learned something. What you should have learned is go to steakhouses. Y'all probably still ain't pretty enough to pull niggas with money. You're gonna have to give up some pussy. Or sacrifice your friends.
Be nice. Be nice. Just be nice. And
be
don't
genuinely
abuse
nice.
it. Don't abuse it.
And if you go to, I suggest, if honestly, I do my best, and not saying I'm a bird bitch in that capacity, but I've always done I've noticed I did really well when I went to restaurants by myself and I sat at the bar.
Facts.
I don't, take that how you want it. Like, I go to the restaurants, I go by myself. If I see, and most people shy away when they see a group of dudes, I usually sit in their vicinity because the group of dudes are always funny and they will always pay
for you.
They always will talk to you
Yes.
and they always will pay for your drink.
Yes.
So learn how to go out by yourself. A lot of dudes be intimidated with 5 U-hoes and stilettos and fake Gucci bags, so they don't want to buy nobody no drinks. Sometimes it's just easy to be there by yourself.
Let me tell you, I've always won when I go to a nice restaurant
By yourself?
by myself.
Bitch, me too.
Somebody either buys my tab.
The whole tab. And you know what? I get most of my tabs paid by myself. And I told my friend, she's like, "You never invite nobody to lunch when you be out bar hopping and stuff." I was like,
because I need to get my shit paid for.
I mean, I had the money, but I get it.
Listen,
everything happens when I'm not there.
Listen,
y'all-
Linda.
People don't like and Max, if you do go out in groups, I mean, and this is if you being a bird bitch. If you really being a bird bitch, the max, and I'm being nice, is 3. But the real max is 2.
Listen, I have
Well, go by yourself.
Some really nice gents pay for my tab
Stay.
and buy drinks for
Definitely.
me.
I stay getting some shit.
Off the fact
You
that
solo.
I'm solo. And then on top of that,
And if you have a good personality, oh my God.
I know I have a good personality.
Yep.
So they like, okay, well, when I come back in town, can I call you? Absolutely. And we can go out to eat. Been to the nicest, the finest of restaurants.
Listen. So,
Just listen.
I don't know what to tell y'all.
Stop.
Some of y'all still just know who you are and what your profession is. If you a nurse, stay in your realm. If you're a
You're
lawyer,
a doctor.
stay in your realm.
Bitch, I would damn sure get a doctor.
I would die to get a doctor, girl. Them doctors, Paige and Dr. Jackie.
Doctor, everything's gonna be all right.
That's all I have for y'all.
And that's the game, sis.
I mean, some of y'all still can't do it because y'all don't look worth the damn.
Okay, all right.
I mean, not like that, but like, you know.
Good sisters. Everybody has a preference.
Everybody has a preference. Figure out which
Preference you fall under.
exactly. Figure out which preference you follow. Shit.
Everybody has
Stop
a
wasting
preference.
that girl. I had a
Just
friend
fine.
wasting her time. You're wasting your time when you could be getting so much other money here, and you worried about.
Figure out what preference you are working under.
And he might be a construction worker. It's okay.
But he got that coin.
He do. He got the most coins out of all the construction workers.
He the head construction worker.
He might be. He might be the owner of the construction company and used to construct.
Boom.
Okay.
And that's a boom.
He
boom.
might be a firefighter. You don't never know. A police
Head of
officer.
the firefighters.
Right. He might be the chief police officer.
Boom. That's what we need. Chief.
He might be the mayor turned president. We don't know.
Hey, you need some clearance.
Let a bitch know. He might be the flight attendant turned pilot.
We need to know.
Pilots
Can I
make
get
money.
free drinks? Can I get
Free
get
flights.
access to
Free
free
flights.
flights?
You never know. You know what I mean?
Y'all better stop
Stop limiting-
trying to do that.
Stop limiting yourself, sis.
These athletes, fuck them hoes.
I turned 25 and was like, I'm dating. First, I always was talking to older dudes anyway, but I turned 25 and was like, I'm not talking to nobody younger than 35 to 40.
That's fat.
And still to this day.
20, and they come from money.
Oh, okay. I mean, that works for you. I don't talk to, and still to this day, everybody, they be joking. They be like, Ebony and her geriatric boyfriends. Okay. They've been.
Right, why you benefit, ho?
Okay. And one thing about them, I'm always still young. These niggas will marry y'all and get a second wife that's 21. Bitch, I am the younger wife. The fuck?
Ho.
But, you know, thanks guys for listening. I don't know how this show still's here. But and so, you know, people who comment, thank y'all, I guess.
No, bitch. Thank them.
No, I mean, I think 99% of y'all. It's like 1% of y'all. I wish you didn't comment. But 99% of y'all are great. I'm Natoya Ebony on all social media.
And I'm Miss Cool in the City. I just recently got back on Twitter. So it's AD is too damn cool. I don't really tweet that much. It's not really.
How much do you think your vagina's worth? Like, what's the minimum you have sex for?
I know my pussy's good, so.
You know, everybody says their pussy's good, so I don't think everybody's pussy's good.
No.
I'm not saying that against you, but I realize everybody's pussy's good.
No, I know my pussy's good. So, I mean, I can't put a price on it. I really can't put a price on it.
Nigga, you just gotta suffer for some pussy. What? You put a price on it.
It was good. So
he bought a sofa.
He asked me what I wanted. I said I want a sofa.
That definitely is a price on your pussy.
That's not a price on my pussy, though. That's not a price. I just said, he asked me, do you want a sofa? What do you want? I said, I want a sofa. And I showed him the sofa that I wanted. And he said, no problem.
Clink.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink. We have no morals in our family.
And you, sis?
The most I've gotten after a session. I never.
No. What's the price? Not what you've gotten. What's the price? Because, I mean, I've gotten a lot of stuff. But what's the price?
Like right now, for someone I want to fuck, and somebody say how much your pussy's worth, I don't fuck less for my rent. I mean, but that's the old girl's game. At one point, I wasn't worried about rent, so anything, I didn't care. But at this, I mean, not like that. Yeah, I almost didn't care. But I mean, right now, you'll be out your goddamn mind if you ask me how much my pussy was worth. I would never go no lower than my rent.
Yeah,
that just would never happen.
Yeah, facts.
Y'all out your goddamn mind. So, sis, y'all selling pussy, and that's that. This show is such a shit show. Alright,
y'all hoes not selling pussy.
Y'all you hoes selling pussy. Okay? Shit. Try to judge us. This is one of the episodes. Low key, when we
you know what? I don't even care. Because at the end of the day,
it's about 10 episodes we gotta delete when people start to know who we are.
Listen, I don't care. Y'all can judge as much as you want. But at the end of the day,
I hope y'all find a nigga. I hope we help y'all to find a sugar daddy. Sis, go to the ritzy areas of your neighborhood and start shopping.
Alone.
Eat alone. First of all, be dressed when you eat alone,
and be cute.
And that don't mean heels and like
no, just be cute.
Coochie cutters.
Just like make sure you have your makeup right, your hair is laid, and
laid in a way like it could be laid in the bun.
Yeah,
it could be laid in the bun.
Just be cute. Just be cute.
Laid with bangs.
Simple. Don't, because if you overdo it, you do look like a hooker looking for a sugar daddy. Like if you come into a restaurant, like a nice restaurant in River Oaks, and you have your Louboutins on with your Louis Vuitton purse,
and it's like 2 in the afternoon,
and it's like bitch, you're looking for something.
Yeah,
like just be relax,
but be well put together.
Be very put together. And then have your conversation and ready.
Can you talk? Are you funny? Are you charming?
Like have your conversation.
Do you look at people's eyes when you talk to them?
And look into their eyes. Because motherfuckers love that shit.
Listen, what drinks are you ordering? Are you still ordering bullshit Hennessy?
Don't do Hennessy, please.
Are you ordering Hennessy?
Do
some girl, shout out to Delilah. She on YouTube. She said order champagne because they need to hear the bottle pop. That's what she said. She did say that. That was just like, wow. Order champagne, sis. No, but order like, I wouldn't even say, order what you like.
Order dirty. Don't order
dirty martini.
A dirty martini.
You know what? Cosmos are good.
No, that's a little too. That's too much.
I like Cosmos though. I order martinis.
I like dirty. Do a dirty martini.
I don't like dirty martinis because vodka in there.
Or if you don't want to do a martini, just get something simple.
Do you do beer?
And cranberry.
Do you do beer?
Yes, and also, ladies, listen. Beer is another conversation starter. Guys love women that drink beer.
But you gotta be drinking Bud Light or Budweiser.
No,
you gotta be drinking like.
Heffing Light. IPA.
Yeah, drink IPA.
No, you don't. Honestly, like you just have to. Honestly,
can I get a Corona?
Listen, I've started many conversations with people that'd be like, "Oh, what kind of beer you got?" A Corona, but it's in the actual glass. I'm not drinking it out of the bottle.
Wow, classy. You
I'm a
classy,
classy
bitch.
hoe. I'm a
You
classy bitch.
Class me out.
Classy out.
But I do, so I don't do beer. I never really liked beer, but what I do, I don't do dirty martinis because it's more vodka and that'll take me out faster.
But just do wine or a nice glass.
But you know, actually, I don't really like wine either in public places. Like, I'll drink wine in my house, but I'm still a martini girl. At the most, I do Cosmos and lemon drops. Mm-hmm. And if I'm feeling fancy, I'll do raspberry lemon drops are actually my favorite. But
do something sophisticated. Just don't do anything that's
let
just...
me get some Hennessy.
Don't do a Hennessy.
Don't do no vodka.
Don't do no nigga shit. Like, niggas, they love...
Bacardi and Diet is a white girl drink, too.
Just, if you want to really nab somebody, just don't get anything that is niggerish. And niggerish is Hennessy.
Take Hennessy off your fucking list.
Take Hennessy off your... Grand Marnier. Take it off your list.
You're a lie. I do a shot of Grand Marnier.
But Grand Marnier on the rocks.
I do a shot. I do Grand Marnier straight.
Cavassier. Don't do Cavassier.
I don't... Oh, my God. Who... That still exists? Oh, my God.
Remy, don't do that.
Don't do Remy Martin. Oh, my God, you fucking whores. Don't do Remy Martin. Don't do Alizé.
Don't do Alizé.
What's the pink one? What's the pink one T-Pain? What's the one?
Don't ask the people.
What's the pink one T-Pain had that was like Alizé? You know, it had the X on it. The big X. It had the big X. That one. Don't do that one. It had the big X. It was the pink one.
Don't do that.
Don't do that shit either. Don't do Incredible Hulks.
Don't do Incredible
Hulks. Don't do
Hulks.
French Connections.
Don't do Hypnotic. Anything with Hypnotic in it, don't do it. Don't
do wine coolers.
Don't ask if they have Bacardi Silver or Bacardi Raz, or the Bacardis in the bottles.
Nigga, they just got regular Bacardi, bitch. Don't ask for no flavors. Like, what the fuck? The only flavor you should ask is for, like, Grey Goose lemon. Like, you should ask for the lemon of the drink.
Chopin. Do a Chopin.
And don't go to the bar asking for champagne and say Prosecco. Bitch, hold on. Let me talk about this shit for a fucking second. I'm about to cut up. Listen, I'm going to tell you. We was all at this lunch with some niggas, right? And I hate girls who come to the function and who act way high class. Here's the thing. More people are high class than you think. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who had great childhoods, grew up in great houses, went to great schools, and parents paid college. They might not look like it, but they probably did. But you basic fucking bitches who never been nowhere always seem to come to the function and act better than the fucking everybody. Ooh. And when y'all do act better than everybody, y'all show your true fucking colors. When you ask for Ciroc peach and champagne, you're showing your fucking colors. When you ask for Moscato, you're showing your fucking colors.
And then, no, Moscato with a cherry.
Bitch, I'll fight you. When you show up to motherfucking Papados, which is, even though Papados is expensive, it's still basic, but it's expensive. Papados is expensive, but it's basic. Papados, y'all really are very expensive. I just want to throw out
that. And they raised their prices.
I went to lunch.
Their crawfish etouffee is $30.
I had a salad and one martini. My bill was $34. I really still want to talk about that. I was about to write a letter to cuss y'all out, but then I realized it was on me. It had been a while since I paid for my own Papados, so I took for granted how much you motherfuckers cost. Neither here nor there. But either way, back to the story when I was at Papados with the bitch. So we all at the table, everybody cocktailing, drinking they swamp things and they threw emotions and they category 5s, right? She come to the table, but I knew I wasn't gonna like her. And I'm usually cool to get along with. I'm funny, I'm charming. I like to bring people in. She shows up and she plump her fucking purse in the middle of the table. Problem number 1.
There's no space.
It's no space. I can't see your face and your purse ain't real. So then the server finally comes. She asks for a drink menu. Now, I do get a... What's the problem? I'm just trying to tell my truth.
Oh, shit. You say you put your purse down. It's not real.
Yeah, you pop your purse down. It's not real. Like, it wasn't... Your Birkin wasn't real, sis. I didn't have the heart...
She had the audacity to have a Hermes?
Yeah, it was definitely... It's a bourbon.
Was that Hermes?
It was a bourbon. Not Birkin. It was Is
it bourbon?
Bourbon. So So then she asked for a drink menu, and then they give her the regular drink menu, and then she made it very specific. She said, "I need your wine and champagne menu." And I was just like, wow, I hate her already. Because, you know, people who really drink like up like that, they usually know what the fuck they drink.
Right.
Like I have friends who drink vodka. They will tell you specifically
what kind of vodka they want.
Yeah, I want Stolies. I want Kelter One. Give me Grey Goose.
Right.
That's it. Like them, they don't need no. They don't need you to figure out.
Yeah.
So then the thing was, she perused the menu for so fucking long, and that's what fucking killed me. She was perusing that bitch like it was so much shit. Yeah, she perused. She perused. She perused. She was across from me. She was perusing, and I was just like, wow, I hate this hoe. So then finally, the server comes back. She was like, she grabbed her purse. She clicked it closed. She did. She clicked it closed first. She moved her phone over. She put thing. Can I get a Prosecco?
You did all that? You perused over the menu?
I almost jumped across the fucking table and slapped her.
A Prosecco?
And so I was like, girl, you could have got Prosecco at the corner store.
You ghetto bitch.
Like, and I'm not even that person. Like, I drink Prosecco and Andre. I'm drinking Andre right now if we're going to be completely fucking honest. I'm one of the people like...
You ghetto bitch.
It's not even that. It's like...
You ghetto bitch.
You make it ghetto because of how you're acting about ordering it. Like... Just order Prosecco. I drink Prosecco all the time, but I don't make a fucking spectacle about ordering basic ass Prosecco. Bitch, can you give me some Prosecco, please? Thank you. No cherries needed, sis.
Did she ask for cherries?
She did. Definitely got a cherry. Definitely got a cherry. So she got a stupid ass Prosecco. She's like, I don't drink those frozen drinks. I was like, well, I don't drink basic ass Prosecco. So here we are, sis. Clink. Okay. So be mindful about what brand you're ordering, because it's always somebody at the table who knows that shit is basic.
And then if you loud and proud and
it be loud and proud. Like, bitch, I drink Andre. Andre like damn near $5 at the corner store. I don't give a fuck.
You loud and proud and mighty.
And you're gonna drink Coronas out big ass cans.
24 ounces. These are $2.50 a buck. Pop. And I'm proud of it. And I don't think she don't be at the table looking through no menu talking about let me get a Corona. My sister showed up and was like, can I get a Corona? And a shot of tequila. Hey, Ebony, what you drinking? Oh, so you know, I already knew.
And then she showed I want no Corona. I want a margarita. My sister asked for a specific tequila. She just said, give me a margarita. And it was like, do you want a preference? Nah, whatever you bring. Like, wait. See, that's what I fucks with. I fucks with niggas like that. Fucks with niggas who know. Niggas, that bitch really got it. So ghetto.
Look, give me a tap. Oh, God.
There we go. Now, my dog, they was like, do you want a specific camway? It don't matter. It's like, wow, this bitch is a hood rat. She's such a hood rat. Actually, get a double and bring two. And since we're here, put a shot aside. What y'all drinking? Okay. So ghetto.
I said that.
You did on two. Yeah, you did school there.
I swooped in and
hey. So ghetto. I'm so. That lady really did ask you, do you want a specific whatever? It don't matter. But like this bitch. I want more for my friends. Wow.
Get older,
I really want more.
When you get older, you start to realize I don't really mean shit. Like, no.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. This nigga showed up. You want a type of tequila? I mean, we have this new specials. El Grande! Wow, so ghetto. Wow, this hood rat. Who invited the hood rat? Okay. Now that you said it. Yeah, she's cool. Double it. Drink one, too. Who invited you?
Oh, my God.
You showed up. Y'all, let me get some oysters. We're to the table. So classy.
Bitch, don't even try it. Because you over.
That's hospitality.
You want another drink?
Hospitality.
He'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh.
But bring this
bitch down and say bring the check to post order.
Say something else together.
Just in case y'all. It's no, it's for everything.
Anything. No, it's all together.
Yeah, no. Let's try it. Sounds like no. It's one check. Make sure you get the mother juice before you close this shit out.
You like anybody want to
Put your check. Time to go. Shit. 500.
That's the funny.
It was like 820 people.
You were like, does anybody want anything else?
Oh, it's our money.
She's just like, I won.
Yeah, because it was soccer. And we had a whole weekend. Goes to check out.
Oh my God.
It was, you balanced us out. You had all you don't take down. That bitch did show up. That shit out. Thank God. The balance. Unfucking heard
because
of.
you know my role. I know my lane. I'm a good bitch.
Rio throwing us out, sis. Same life.
Look, run Rio me, sis. Don't care.
Niggas like, what's that? What? Oh, wow. Childhood, right?
Again, I know my
I want to.
It's about me.
Yeah. That could be ridiculous.
Oh God, that's hysterical. You were like, you know, like people that orchestra, or what is it?
Orchestra.
And you were just want another one.
I'm sorry, not my money.
Another one.
And get her two while we're at.
Just get her. It's fine.
Bring your mom. Bring your mom.
Sunday. Get her another one
really
too. Oh my God, it's one. It's
Girl, I had to what y'all drinking? I was like, so. What? I'm like,
oh please. They ate it up. They ate it. Yes, they ate it up.
What you want? Can I get a Corona? Wow. Can't take people out the ghetto, huh?
Out the ghetto.
I saw that too. I saw Tracy. Wow. This is
listen, but
I have to make that happen.
Okay, we gotta go.